I
didn't hear you.
I forgot how to count in Spanish.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
Welcome to the stream Saturday.
Welcome in, everybody. Hello. We're still here for Conundrum Company. How excited are we? Episode 49, my friends.
We'll do it live.
We will. But before we do it live, we'll do some announcements.
Oh,
Parker,
yes, we will.
You're up first.
Okay, so our next week, we are heading into another week of our weekly programming. So Friday, Off the Rails, 7 p.m. And then Saturday, Conundrum Company at 6 p.m. here with us. And then Sunday, you can join us. That'll be April 25th, Cosplay Ground at 6 p.m. Community DM will be joining us to DM that one. And I'm very, very excited to see what everybody's going to do. And then I think that's it.
Awesome. And none of this fantastic program could happen without our amazing sponsors, the first of whom is Skull Splitter Dice. Guys, not only do they sponsor our program, they also sponsor a giveaway that you can get in on during the break. So hold on to your horses, and during that break, when it opens up, put an exclamation point win to get yourself into the raffle, the monthly raffle for a skull mug filled with approximately 100 dice. It is a very good deal. It's just exclamation point win. Followers get 1 entry, subscribers get 2. Make sure you subscribe beforehand if you're going to subscribe this month so you get that double entry. Also head over to their page and take a look at all their products. They've got some really cool stuff. We got a bunch of their dice. They roll quite well. And you know, we'll be drawing this on the 30th during Off the Rails. So that'll be Friday the 30th this month for the final drawing. Our second sponsor, of course, is the most gooeyest of cube companies, Gooey Cube. They create a D&D 5e world, basically completely homebrewed for you. You can get all that content. There's encyclopedias about all of it. There's these world maps. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. Character sheets pre-made for you, available in box form. Pick it right up off the shelf, and all the work is done for you. So take a look at Gooey Cube if you want to get yourself in on that action. And then, of course, our third friend, Parker.
I'm here to remind you guys that we are just promoting Elderwood's Kickstarter right now for a beautiful mini version of these spell books that go out on a keychain. So you can carry your mini dice wherever you would like. So you can follow the link there to their Kickstarter, but then also you can follow that particular link to let them know that we sent you over to look at their products. That's it.
Woo! Just a reminder, we have a haberdashery. If you'd like a cool hat like the one on beautiful Sean's head, then you can go over and click on that link in chat, get yourself one. You can also take a look at our regular store, which has stickers and water bottles and t-shirts and hoodies and notebooks and all that jazz in the About Us section. Parker already said, you know, we completed our community event. So that's going to be happening the 30th and the 1st, right? You said? So
I didn't actually announce it because I didn't know if we had confirmed. But
yeah. Hey, everybody.
Yeah. April 30th and May 1st, unless something crazy happens, we will be doing our community onesie goal.
Woo! And stay tuned. We'll get another goal up there for you soon after that. Huge shout out to our players and Tanner for completing all those wiki work. You can click on that wiki, take a look. All that stuff is there. It's beautiful. But the most important announcement, Sean.
Sorry. Yeah, I made a dumb joke in my head.
Processing.
I heard it.
Yeah. We would like to support the National Asian Pacific American Women's Forum this month, which is a charity that focuses on Pacific Islander and Asian American women and empowering them in their communities, allowing them to make more impactful choices on their own lives. So if you'd like to donate to that cause, it is a very good cause. The link below is just a big donate button. Go ahead and click on that. It'll take you right to the place to donate. Give whatever you're able to before you think about subscribing or giving bits or gifting subs. We'd very much appreciate that first. So thank you for helping us support a very good cause.
Thanks, guys. And I think any other announcements? I ask.
I do think
there is one.
We love you.
That's it. Oh,
there you go.
There it is. There it is.
Also, I was going to say, clicky that wiki. That was the joke I had.
Clicky that Twiki.
That
I just
two-word joke was so good that you 404 errored out.
I 404 errored.
Can I clicky Salvatore's wiki?
Yeah.
Can I clicky Salvatore's wiki?
We love it. You can?
I added a quote.
Exactly. You'll learn all you need to know.
I added a quote.
All right, guys. And with that, we head into Conundrum Company, episode 49. We rejoin our party at the Dry Dock Inn as they rise from a well-earned night's rest. Having disabled and sunk the dreadnought leading the pirate fleet at Fairwind Hold, the party had elected to travel back to Seaton. The Falling Star had escorted damaged vessels of the Kiolan Navy and the recently freed Lady Lila back to the Kiolan naval stronghold. Demi's mother, Lila, remains unconscious, the toll caused by the parasitic entity that had inhabited her body seemingly placing her in a deep slumber. The party considers their next steps, but also looks forward to a chance at some well-earned rest. The town of Seaton is abuzz, even, with festival activities. It is the morning of God's Day, the 4th day of Richfest, and that day, my friends, is yours.
Is it? Because I believe something was happening with Button and Ophelia.
It was that morning.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know if you want to do that first.
So that did happen in that morning. We kind of jumped to that morning. That conversation was had. There's a knock on the door early in the morning.
Okay.
I leave it to
wake
you,
up.
party. Yes.
You what?
I get up and I do stuff.
Did you freeze anyone or cast any spells in your sleep?
That's important for me.
Now that I'm aware of it, Josh, is there any evidence that I've cast spells in my sleep?
Does Salvator cast spells in his sleep, Sean?
How would I know Josh am asleep the whole time? If I need to study this, I will, but
I enjoyed that this bit kept
There
the
is-
going.
mystery remains.
There is this morning no evidence that you have been casting spells in your sleep. There is, however, a confused Peach as you made a little walk around this morning before waking, apparently sleepwalking. But you find yourself back in your bed as if nothing has happened.
I really hope that doesn't happen on the ship.
Oh no!
Anastasia, that just
Yeah, but I don't have the spider walking thing that allows me to not fall off the edge of the boat.
Nope.
Fascinating. I go outside.
Okay.
Gosh, I hate that.
So you get up and you walk outside. Now, are you heading into the tavern itself, or are you heading out onto the docks?
Yes, I've demanded nourishment.
You've demanded nourishment, Sean. This is very good. This is very good.
I'm gonna follow because we're roommates at this point, and I'm going to politely ask for nourishment.
Okay. Well, you do find yourselves a table and are able to purchase a meal, a fairly hearty breakfast. It's, again, the inn is packed, the tavern is packed, and there are a lot of folks up early. The crowd is a little different. Last night, it was party hardy folks late into the evening who are enjoying the rich festivities. This morning, it's families who are traveling and are up and about. You still see the regular smattering of sailors, dock workers, and all that jazz, but there are, again, some groups of people just kind of... It's a little more mellow, the vibes, you know what I mean? Super chill.
Gosh, you're super touristy.
Ophelia came back to our room, correct?
Yes.
After
she did.
the whole peach thing. I think Demi's just gonna. So, how'd that go?
Well enough.
That could mean any sort of things with Peach.
I think you know maybe even better than I do Peach's incredible qualities and also their flaws.
Yes.
I don't think they get it, but
Well,
we don't get that much time together, so...
true. If I'm being completely honest, a little selfish, I am. With you around, they're a little more overly protective of you and maybe have backed off of me a little bit, so...
Good.
Yes.
Great.
No, I'm happy for you. So you're going to do festival, then?
I think so that's the intent, unless we have to go somewhere or do something. I
No,
don't know
I'm
what
sure-
the party's plans are.
Oh, we never know. It's very rare that we make them. I'm sure that Oceanus and I can handle any of the ship things. You go have fun.
All right. I think I saw Salvator heading to Peach's room in just his robes. He wasn't wearing any shoes.
Interesting. I wonder if Zahl did something.
Sure.
Interesting point. They've never seen me wear shoes.
Oh, that's true. Just you know what? It was perfectly normal. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yes. Okay. Well, maybe he's just up early.
Perhaps,
Strange.
yes, he's muttering to
Okay.
himself.
Well, tonight you can tell me how that goes. Sorry for taking the bracelet.
It's not so much the item. Which
It's the
but
fact that... Yeah.
I
No,
don't
I
get to
understand.
make the decision for myself.
That's fair. Well, I'm holding on to it. I don't know. But maybe after you've both had a chance to talk, somebody will get
Fair
it.
Enough. Absolutely.
Yes. Well, breakfast then.
All right. Breakfast it is.
Unless you still need to get ready for your date.
She, twirls.
No, you're right. You're perfect.
Yes, I'm
Let's
always
go.
ready.
Okay.
Secret.
I'm always ready. Yeah,
So
okay.
you head out, you find Zahl and Salvator at a table. Again, it's quite crowded, but it's a long enough table for you guys to join them if you'd like. Oceanus kind of walks out a little bit later. Morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Howdy.
Joins you all. Button, Peach, what are you doing?
Odophilia said an hour, so I guess they probably wouldn't have enough time to go do that. They will just join the others.
Now I will say it was a loose hour. If you're gonna take longer, it's fine. It's not a big deal.
They just wanted to go to that temple that Mac had told them about the previous day.
The one up on the hill, kind of on the cliff edge above. Okay.
Yeah, she said it was pretty close. I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
It's up.
Looking-
You'd go back down the dock and then around
Right there.
to get up.
Yeah,
To
so there's kind of, and this is Mac, so it's just right down this road, right?
it. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
up here, and then up here.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
My-
You'd go
This
back.
is
I
where
don't
we're
like
staying.
I thought that Otto's tower was number 2 because I can't read.
You're good.
No, yeah. Number 2's here, so you'd follow what
Gotcha.
that
Yeah.
Yeah,
arrow.
essentially go up here, right?
Okay.
Like that. Simple.
A little bit.
You can
Yeah, that's-
make a survival check if you want to see if there's shortcuts up the cliff.
They'll just take the road.
The scenic route.
Yes.
Are we watching them leave?
Do you go out? So the way that the dry dock works is it's 2 attached warehouses. You can leave the rooms, without going into the tavern proper, through the big open doors that are open during the day.
Right.
So that's
So they probably would have left too right after Odophilia left.
okay.
Because she gave them an hour.
Okay. You make your way up the cliff, back around towards Adel's tower, and down towards kind of along the cliff. You get a good view. Again, the town is already kind of gearing up, so to speak, for the festivities. There are folks setting up booths. There are a few early activities going on. There's a tabaxi in these crazy flaring pants that's standing on a wooden box in the middle of the town square, and there's all these people who've brought out these straw mats, and they're all in these weird poses, with their hands flat on the ground and their backs arched upwards and then their feet flat, and the tabaxi is like, all right, now deep breaths out, my friends, in and out, and they all seem to be facing the sun. But yeah, you continue on around.
Peach definitely, as they walk by, just start breathing in and out with the group, just following the instructions without thinking about it.
Okay,
Like-
okay,
Oh, okay, that's nice.
okay. So as you make your way down towards this compound that sits on the cliff, it's kind of tucked in there, and there are these when you think temples, you tend to think like these Gothic fronted or like large squat stone buildings. That's what you've seen in your travels with like colonnades along the front and stairs leading up. This is a gated compound. The gate is currently open, and there's just a series of different sort of towers with vines creeping all up over them. This place has a lot of foliage going on, and there is kind of an earthy scent that hits you as you approach it.
So nice. Is there a door to knock on?
So as you approach and kind of enter, it's the gate is these two wooden like oaken doors that are swung open that kind of match up. And as you pass the gate, you see kind of currently split down the middle the sign, this engraved symbol again that parts when the door is open but makes a full picture when it's closed. And it is the sign. It's this leaf with an acorn resting on top of it, and it's carved into the wood, engraved. And you can make a religion check if you want.
I rolled a 17. I think I have a -1. 1 second. Yeah, 16.
16. Okay, so weirdly enough, Morton once mentioned a druid in Seaton, residing in a grove, the grove of Obad-Hai. This is the sigil of Obad-Hai.
Oh. And so, Obad-Hai is a druidic god?
With 16, you know that it is something to do with nature.
Okay. Suppose they will go up and knock on the door.
I mean, as you walk through, you see a series of individuals. Like, there's gardens now. Funnily enough, a lot of gardens you walk into, like, a grounds, and you think, like, the Merrick Estate or Solomore's Estate, right? They're well-kept, immaculate rows. People have just plowed up around these huge trees that you now recognize to be oak trees, just all around it, and have just planted things in there. So there's like a little stretch where corn is growing up, getting quite high at this point in the season. You see like tomato plants on one side, like kind of in a spot where the sun cuts through the grove and gets those plants directly. And it's intentional in regards to wherever these plants seem to be placed. They're growing well, but there's no like symmetry to it.
Yeah, it's like Elizabeth and her German garden, the von Arnim like plant just wherever
works best. Yeah.
Oh.
And there are folks in there working those plants.
Peach will approach whoever looks least busy.
Sure. Roll a perception check for me.
Do 6.
Okay. Least busy, you say.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a very gray-skinned gnome with no hair, not even eyebrows, just no facial hair, nothing like that on kind of their fairly strong-featured body. They have quite an angular chin, this nose that takes up most of their face, and they are currently kind of hauling this barrel that's filled with what looks like to be potatoes out from one of these beds and is starting to back towards you. And they are clearly very much struggling with it. And they're clearly the least busy person there.
Peach will wave and say, "Hi, would you like help with that?"
Yeah.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, all right. Yeah. Pick it up. Follow me.
Yep.
This way.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm Peach.
All right, Peach, this way. And he just like turns around and begins to walk into the temple without answering any questions. Come on, hurry up now. Yep.
Oh,
and
okay.
he walks up. And again, the door is it's again a huge oaken door with this leaf and acorn symbol on it that's partially ajar. And he kind of pushes it open with a bit of extra force because it's quite heavy for an individual of his size, and leads you into this large kind of again, you're used to walking into grand foyers and entryways. This is nice. It's well kept, but it's just kind of this stone hall with offshoot doors going in many different incongruent directions. Stairs at the end immediately split down and up. The stairs that go up are quite steep and seem to spiral before they reach their apex off into a balcony. It's a very weird building, almost like it's been pieced together on you.
I love this. Peach will just ask as they're following this individual who hasn't given his name. Do you know if there are any healers who might be, whose assistance might be available?
What's that? Healers you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were a few paler folks who came by asking if they could stay. We gave them sanctuary. Yep.
Oh.
Why? You hurting?
Not me.
And he's just kind of like glancing over his shoulders as he leads you down the stairs into what appears to be a root cellar. As you walk in, you're hit by cold air, and there are just shelves everywhere. And you actually see some of the roots of the oak trees just breaking through the walls of this into the cellar itself.
Where would you like me to unload these? I'm not hurting, but
This way.
Okay. I do have a friend who's hurting.
Oh. That's a shame. All right, right there. And he like points to a shelf. And it's about 15 feet up. And there's no stalls, but you do see these big baskets of potatoes sitting up on these shelves. And he just kind of looks at you expectantly.
How do you get them up there?
I don't.
Okay, that's valid.
Gorik usually does it.
I know. Who does?
Gorik?
Is Gorik tall?
A big fella.
They will. Is there a way? Are they? So they're all in a wheelbarrow right now. Are there?
They're in like a barrel, like a big barrel with like these handles on it. Sorry.
Is it? Would it be weird?
You can leave them there. I'll get Gorik. By the way, sorry. My name's Balthank.
Balthank, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Thanks for the help with the taters.
Of course. If it's all right, could you point me in the direction of the Palor folk?
Oh yeah, just go back up out of the root cellar, and it's the third door on the left if you're going towards the exit. It's made out of ash. I don't know if that helps you, but they've got bedding set up in there.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a lovely day.
Have a good one.
Happy Rich Fest. They will.
Yeah. As you kind of head up, back down and into this room. The door is currently closed. Are you just walking in?
He said the third door on the left is open?
The third door on the left is currently closed.
They will knock. Hello? Sorry to bother you. Are there any healing folk?
One moment. And the door kind of opens, and there is this human with this beard that it's just a goatee that curls out like this, and it is almost platinum blonde, with like matching platinum blonde eyebrows and kind of this swept back, well kept hair. Yeah, it's a look. And he's kind of tan complexion, which makes the platinum just stand out even more stark as he kind of rubs his eyes. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning. I'm
Taylor
sorry to
be
bother
with
you.
you.
Oh, Taylor be with you as well. They aren't sure.
Is that a Sedway symbol?
You know who Serdwar is?
Sort of, yes. Did see your type. Oh, I guess it's Richfest, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm so sorry to bother you. They'll hold out their hand. My name is Peach like the fruit, and I am looking for a healer. There's someone whose legs are in dire need of a healer.
Legs on. Nice to meet you, Peach. My name is Bluebell, and my companion back there, Toppet. And you see now this turtle kind of leans over from one side and says, "Sup?"
Nothing much. How are you?
Oh, I'm good, thanks. Bluebell kind of. So, you require aid? Did you bring them up to the temple? What exactly is afflicting their legs? Are they joint pain, arthritic?
Through some sort of magical means, they have been. The word decomposed had been used? Josh, sorry, quick DM question. Is that correct? With that?
Yes, that would be. That would be a fairly sufficient. In what did you spend a lot of time looking at? You spent some time healing, Lila. Is that correct? Yeah. It was as if the lower portion of her body had begun to sort of been consumed. A lot of the actual physicality, like the bone remained and the skin remained, but a lot of the nutrient and muscle tissue seemed to have been practically pulled from it. You can make a medicine check. You probably don't know all of that. That's just me describing it as best I can.
No, I rolled a 2 - 1.
They looked really small and skinny.
They looked really small and skinny, and we know that they hadn't been used for months, not by her own will.
Have you heard of anything like that? Oh, that's real weird, man. I mean, we can. Are they an immediate need? We can perhaps come.
It's not immediate. I'm sorry. I just wanted to find you before my group got distracted by other things.
Well, we can certainly, again, if you tell us where we need to be, we can attempt to help. Give us a little time to prepare. I'm not sure what this malady is. Depending on the damage done, I may be out of my wheelhouse. But there's probably nobody better in this town. You'd need to go to a major city otherwise.
Thank you, Bluebell. And they will relay where they're staying. And again, I'm sorry for waking you up this early.
No, you're fine. Palo will be with you, and where would I find you?
We're staying at the Dry Dock Inn. I'm Peach, and there's Captain Demi.
Captain Demi. Okay. We'll come down a little later today. Give us an hour or so.
Thank you. Palo and Third will be with you.
Yes. Yes, also with you. And he kind of closes the door and turns around.
It will go back.
Brescafilio. The one true God. I'm kidding, obviously. As you proceed back down the hill. Breakfast Club. What you doing?
Yeah.
So were you trying to cast spells in your sleep?
Well, I don't know. I didn't have a little monkey to watch me while I slept.
He's not.
I'm
Is
just
Ashi
saying it'd be
there?
a great help.
Oh yeah, he's 100% on my shoulder at this point.
I can pay
do
you.
you mind?
Hands are huge. What?
Oshi, do you mind being referred to like that?
I don't know what a monkey is.
Oh.
That's
fair.
kind of adorable, to be honest.
It's another animal.
I've been a few animals.
Okay. But you're not a monkey right now.
Can I be a
Or is
monkey?
he a snake?
You probably, maybe.
I don't know. I want to find out, but also that's pretty expensive, and then you wouldn't be able to speak to us anymore. So I'm going to keep you like this for a while, if that's all right, and then we can
That works
test
for
some
me.
stuff later.
Whatever I am, I'm adorable. That's great.
You are. You
That's
are.
facts. So, what's the plan today?
I mean, I have to square away some ship things. I believe Odophilia and Peach are going to explore the festival.
Fun.
I would like to get over there eventually. Enjoy it while we can.
Riveting. So you will be staying here for the time being, then? Is that correct?
until we square away where we're going next. Yes?
And where would that be?
It's a great question. I suppose we all need to sit down and talk about it. We have a couple of ideas of where we could go. Was there somewhere you particularly wanted to go, Salvator? Did you
No.
have an opinion? It seems like you did have an opinion leaning one way or the other. So, what are you thinking?
I have business I must attend to in Nildra.
Oh, a business that could be shopping trip business, or
Sure.
I mostly meant if you'd be back in one day or not.
There is no way I would be able to return one day.
Oh,
Well, a night trip.
I mean, certainly.
Let me correct myself. There's no way I would be able to return here in a single day.
Oh,
My
that's
business will not
that's
take longer than a
right.
day.
That's
Did we
right.
ever-
You'd have to get back here by
Did we ever look
normal
for
means.
a teleportation circle here?
I
We
think
did.
but there
We
was
didn't
no-
find
We
anything.
didn't find any. Okay.
Did we end up asking the magic shop? I think we did end up
believe we
asking
did,
them,
yeah.
didn't we?
Yeah,
Did
Yeah.
we? Okay. And
Yeah.
first thing I did when we got here.
Okay. Just making
Sean
sure.
was on that.
Unfortunately.
Is it possible
Smart.
for me to leave?
Ah,
Sorry, Sean.
well, I suppose.
I did not want to interrupt your rich fest with my business, so I did not mention it.
Oh, well,
It'd be
no,
rich
I
up
mean,
there too.
and that's correct, but also it has, as much as I love the magic shop here, it does have more resources if we needed, and I'm curious if we should talk to the king and update him on any progress we've made. We are technically still, we did agree to let him know as we found things.
This is true. So you will all be coming to Nildra with me then, I suppose.
If
Salvatore, we don't have to.
Yeah, if that's okay, we don't want to impose, obviously.
No,
Would
it's
you be
fine.
Would you be against us at least having a day here first?
Yes, that seems agreeable for the terms of this.
It would be
Is it-
safer for you to get back here if you have, other
was
people to travel with. Is your business very personal?
No, not at all. We could do this. I will give you till tomorrow, and then we will leave for Nildra. That seems
Okay. And you're the one who teleports, so Neildra, and then would we be going back to Saltmarsh? Should I have one of the ships meet us
we
there?
would have to go back to Saltmarsh.
Okay.
It's the only other place close enough.
All right. So we give at least the crew today, and then they can have tomorrow, probably, and then we'll have them set out to meet us.
So
Does
you're
that
spending
work?
a couple days in the capital then.
You don't have to.
One.
We can spend a couple days in Seaton, or Saltmarsh, if you wish.
Oh, very true.
Well, we can discuss the matter of days once Peach gets back. I mean,
True.
Peach is the only one that I know of with particular plans today.
Very well.
Sorry, party. I didn't think that through.
No.
That's on me.
No, you're good.
We should spend the day together thing. Oh no.
No,
now
we
you're
all
beholden
wanted to go
a
to the
location.
festival. We all wanted
That's
to go
not
to the
me.
festival.
Oh yeah, Zahl 100% is foot out the door type of he wants to go to the festival.
Hmm.
Okay.
So, we'll make sure that that's fine with Peach. They're taking quite a while to get ready.
Oh,
They
Oceanus
were
is with us.
awake, says
Yeah.
Ophelia.
Mm.
Oceanus is with us, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
he is.
Did Peach go back to bed or?
No. I mean, I left and then they were getting ready.
Okay.
Maybe they're nervous.
Zahl does a what?
They're going on a date.
Oh.
Are dates usually this much of an issue?
Well, that's a great question. Most of us wouldn't know.
And you all talk
No.
like experts.
No. Can't say that I ever really did. Never mind.
Zahl kind of sits there slowly
Never
nodding
mind.
his head and goes,
Yeah,
think
no, I don't think
technically-
you did either, did you?
Yeah, technically,
No.
I don't
No.
really date.
I didn't really do the emotional attachment thing, so no.
Like the
A wise
fruit,
decision indeed.
Like
says Ashi.
like the fruit.
Date.
Oh, that's funny. That's
Date
actually
like
really,
the fruit.
that's
Oh,
really funny.
okay.
See.
That was wow.
Oh,
That was
boy.
good.
I
That was
made a
really
joke.
good. Yeah, no, it was
You
good.
did.
I'm
Did
not
you-
here, but I loved it, Ashi.
Yeah, it was great.
I like how
It's
I
all
said,
being
I made a
100%
joke.
genuine when he was like, that was
Did I
good.
joke?
He
was
didn't
really
mean to. He was just he thinks you're talking about fruit.
Oh.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what dating is either.
No, he has no idea.
Oh.
No one knows.
Oh no. Actually, they're going on an outing together. So
A private outing together.
private.
For romance purposes.
Romance purposes.
What?
Oh.
Yes. Like in the storybooks.
Odephilia's
Yeah.
just like,
What a phrase for romance purposes.
I mean, Odafia,
I-
you can jump in here at any point.
Odophilia,
no,
you did this.
I'm good.
You left our room to ask them. I'm just making
You're
sure that
right.
you get
I
your
did do-
private time.
I did do that, but I didn't bring it up.
I just brought it. They had plans.
Ophelia, how long have you been traveling with us? And this is a surprise to you?
It's not so much surprising as
You know, I have heard that often individuals in romance will set up surprises for one another. Maybe that's something that they are attempting to do.
oh,
Possible.
A nice romantic surprise.
You do know Peach loves gift giving.
It's true.
I love you guys building up the expectations.
I wanna be ready for that.
You evil nightmare people.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
Thank
this
you.
is gonna go great. Odophilia, you're already doing so well.
Yep. We're helping. Can you tell we're
We've got
helping?
your back. We've got your back. Don't worry about this. We know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You're definitely going to go give them a gift.
And
They're like, you know what I want? A train wreck.
What's a
a train?
train?
Yeah, that's a train.
Shut.
Oh my god, that's
So good.
so much trouble. You guys, if nothing else, if you're waiting for Peach, you consume a little more breakfast. Peach does return. Takes about 30-40 minutes to get up there, have your conversation, be asked to move potatoes around, and get back.
All 5 of them get the
9.
9.
Oh.
Nice.
No.
It's 5 individuals. And
Wait,
usually I put it on
Including our
kudos.
NPCs.
Since the NPCs are here, I'm gonna give them both 9 also.
Nice.
'Cause
Just in case we go
Perfect.
to war.
Now I can stab them.
Just in case.
Yay.
Kidding.
There could be a game where one of us gets hurt. I don't
That's
want to
valid,
actually-
though.
It's
That's
a game called Stab the Other.
A game called Night Game
It's
Stab
actually just
Stab.
mumbly peg.
You
It's that
saw
thing with
straight
the knife
through
in the
me.
fingers.
yeah.
And it's a
I-
dex check each time you stab.
Tip was just covered in blood.
No.
Yikes.
Peach returns. Peach, you find your party eating breakfast, talking about
Hi,
stabbing each
everyone.
other in the hands.
Okay.
We talked about plans. Did you want to know here? We'd like your opinion.
Absolutely. And in about an hour, 2 folks named Bluebell and Toppet, they're clerics of Palor,
Uh-huh.
going to be stopping by. I wanted to find someone for Lila as soon as possible.
Is that where you ran off to? Did you run off? Is that why you took so long to get here?
Yes, that's where I have come from.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
So-
That was thank you. That was very nice. You could have Peach, you could have asked for me to go with you or anyone.
Yes, the person whose Odophilia walked back to, they're gonna go in there and be like, let's go do this before I have to meet Odophilia.
Hey, listen. It's just concerning her mom. No, it's fine. Okay, so
If you, I can tell them to come at a different
Ah, good. Everything's
time.
frozen
That
for
doesn't
me.
work.
no, you have to go.
I just lost all.
Oh no!
Okay, we're back.
Oh no!
We're good.
Oh, we could hear you the whole time.
Ah,
You
We're
were
good.
like,
We did it.
Hey, check your Nvidia card, bud.
Oh,
You're
no.
welcome to the club.
Hooray!
Oh no. We got back. We did it.
Welcome back.
Yeah, we're all good. It's all good. Welcome in.
I'm so
So
good.
so You're just letting. Did you tell them to look for me? So
I said-
I'll handle that while you go.
Said Captain Demi, yeah.
If
Okay.
you wish to partake in the festival, I don't mind waiting for this bluebell.
His name is Bluebell. They'll describe what he looks like. He's got really bright, like sparkling platinum blonde hair and a goatee, and it's long and the bright
I
hair.
don't mind waiting for him now.
Okay, boss. I
Seems like
appreciate.
rather an easy job for two.
I appreciate the thought. I might still wait, and then it's still quite early. If I would like to do festival things, I can do that later. But thank you, Peach. That was very sweet. I was planning on handling ship stuff this morning anyway, so I'll be around.
Okay.
You have
Was-
somewhere to. Did you say that he was like they had potato like they were dirty? Did you say something about your
I don't
hands?
know. They just said that I was moving potatoes. Because they were.
Debbie just very casually like pressed like like in case you were dirty.
Armor
So
gleams.
you have plans, so breakfast. Make sure to eat before you go.
All right. Now, here's what we'll do. Let
Mhm.
me know where you're heading and what you're doing, each person, and we'll kind of reconcile that as is necessary. Demi, do we want to start with you first? There's a laundry list of things there.
Wait about now?
You wanted to work on ship stuff, and then in about
Oh.
an hour or so, these clerics are going to show up at your ship.
Yeah.
Zahl was gonna ask Demi one thing really quick.
What's up?
He was gonna so last night I told you about 3,000 gold to fix the ship. Do we
Mhm.
want to hire somebody to do that, or do you want me to work on it?
Oh, well, if we're going to be leaving it here while we go run errands in the capital, then I think maybe finding someone would be a good idea. They do have shipwrights here, so we could look at that. We could, if you wanted to handle that as the bosun, I can give you the money and you can go hire someone.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Cool.
Are you confident in that? You good doing that?
You know what? Yeah, I am. I can do it.
Okay. I mean, you can always ask Jax to go with you if you'd like. It's good too. But yes, if you'd like to handle that part.
Just to do it.
Well, we don't know if Jax will be. It's probably going to take a couple people, but
True.
so I'll let you handle that situation.
Great.
Of course.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Good job, Mr. Bosun. And then she walks away.
Zal's got
Job,
ship
Miss
things.
Captain.
Demi's got Lila things.
Mm-hmm.
Button's got exploring, and then everyone wants to explore after the fact. Sean, is there
Yeah.
anything you'd like to do with this day?
I'm gonna go talk to Vilnir.
Okay. I like this.
Mhm.
All right. So, who would like to go first? This is Adam. You're up.
I'm literally like, cracking my shoulders because they hurt, but sure, I guess.
Oh no, this is me
Let go,
making an
let
executive
Now you've
decision.
been chosen.
Of course, because I'm the first of the. I'm the first.
You're the first on the
I
screen,
get it.
buddy. Sorry.
Alphabetical,
Damn it.
baby.
Button, get ready.
Let go.
Damn it! I've been tricked. This is
Alphabetical by name, reverse alphabetical by character.
Why, NVIDIA?
It's true.
Oh, it froze on me again, but we're back again. This is great.
And we're back.
We can hear the whole
And
time. That,
We're back.
yeah, I get you. I know your pain button.
Well, it's worse because we're streaming, so they can't hear you, the audience.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyway,
But they do hear you.
yeah. They hear me complaining loudly. Adam, what you got
Yes.
going on? Boat boy?
I think Zahl at this point kind of is like, after hearing that description, like, I really want to see this guy, but he's like, I gotta do my duties, and now that he feels confident as a bosun after his training with Jax, he's gonna try to go to like the dock master
Sure. So
It's like-
you remember near the Kyoshi naval barracks, the Kyolan naval barracks, there is a shipwright that is run by the Smithington Thug Offshores.
Yeah.
Good.
That's where that's probably where it's heading.
Very important family.
Going to the
roots.
Fug Off Shans.
Important member of the Seton community.
The best. So he's gonna go find the Fug Off Shans and then see if he.
They're responsible for the massacre of 308.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so let me just make
They're
sure.
known
I've
for
got
their
the-
404, the mask of 404.
The right Smithington Fog Offshore here. Okay. So, yes, it was Kevin. Is
Kevin.
the clerk at the shipwrights, and then Jack was actually the harbor master. Both Smithington Fog Offshores.
Who would be available if that's
So the one you want to speak to is Kevin, if you're looking for a
Kevin.
shipwright.
I go to where I know they would be.
Hello.
And I'm gonna,
See
Hi,
Yeah.
Zolkrian of the Falling Star. I needed a shipwright to fix up one of our ships. Possible.
Yeah, all right. We're a little thin, but we can provide the laborers and at least one folk. What are you looking to have done? How big a vessel?
The Pale Prow is a large frigate, right?
Yeah, large.
It's the Pale Prow. It's in the docks. It's a large frigate. I'm the bosun of the Falling Star, but I checked out the Pale Prow, and it looks to be somewhere in the upper range of 2,000 gold to fix. I am 100% lying to him.
Okay, roll deception.
Wait. I got a nat 1.
He got a 3, but he sees through you.
I mean, let me just say though,
It's
if
a
I'm
critical
being
fail.
real,
No.
Critical
it's a
fail,
9.
baby.
It's a 9.
I'm sorry.
No, I know.
Oh, I
It's
love
a
it,
9.
Adam. I love you for your honesty and how
I'm not gonna lie.
graceful
Why
you
would I
are.
lie?
Yes, you're an excellent person.
Makes the story better if bad things happen.
All right, I tell you what, we'll walk the ship with you. I'll give you a
Gotcha.
quote, labor, all that jazz. Yeah.
All right. Yep. Sounds great.
So he spends the next hour going down to the vessel with you, walking through, doing an appraisal, all of that jazz. If there's anything particular you want to roleplay, otherwise we'll just.
Yeah. No. It's just, I think if anything, he might Zahl might also grab Jax just to kind of if he sees any extra things around to help point out, because I mean Zahl is confident in his job, but it's one of those
I tell you what.
also
So roll
turns out
roll intelligent. Roll perception with proficiency if you don't already have it.
I just need you to know that was a trip because you said so many different things that I was like, some of these I still am not good at. So you said
Perception with your
proficiency bonus.
proficiency mod of your.
Okay.
Don't have it.
Gotcha. I do not.
Hi Raiders.
11 plus 4. Session. Yeah. 15.
15. Okay, you do a solid job, especially with like Jax giving you a hand. Like you act honestly on your own with that, because I didn't even give you advantage. So screw me. All on your own, Zahl. You hit it out of the park. Like identifying points where there are clearly like issues with like supports, beams, portions of the hull. You're not asking for them to furnish it at this point. This is repairing it and labor. And he kind of at the end of it all will turn to you and he'll say, 3,500 gold pieces for the lot of it. Seem reasonable?
Yeah. That sounds perfectly fine.
That's labor and parts. We're gonna have to pull it up. That work down on the bottom you were pointing out.
Yeah.
It's gonna take time. Probably won't be seaworthy for 3-4 weeks.
Should be okay. I know we have some plans, but we
I
can.
mean, you can sell it to us too.
I can't. It's a group boat. I know that sounds weird. Multiple owners.
No, this
weird
is a
situation.
ship, not a boat, sir.
That's what I said. Listen, sorry.
He's squinting you. After
I
you
look it
just
up and
show
I'm
me
like,
that
I'm
all the
sorry.
way.
I've been waking up and working on. It's been a night.
Fair.
My fault. I should have said
You're
ship.
fun. I'm
but-
just teasing you.
I know you are, but that's fine. And I'm gonna pass him the gold because I know Demi gave me an allowance.
To get the job done. And then if it's
To get
repaired, you can sell it for more too if you decide to do that.
True.
I don't think the party's gonna. I think you're correct. I'm just putting the offer
That's all.
out there that it is also
I'm
a
hard
place
pressed
for
to
money
get
to go. Where come from? Okay, perfect. He agrees. Kind of shakes your hand, takes the money, and says, "All right, we'll need some help, but we could call out your crew just to get it up on the dry docks.
Absolutely.
Should be fine. Rest of it we'll take from there."
Okay.
Zahl,
and
you said, yeah.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Kevin.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I think that this Zahl would just thank Jax and just kind of start heading towards the. Just kind of point over and be like, "You guys gonna go to the fairgrounds today?"
We got some work to do around Delilah, so we'll see.
I gotcha. If
Handle
you need any
that
help,
first. And then, yeah, well done with did good work.
I mean, I had a good teacher, and he kind of elbows them a little bit.
All right.
And-
Flattery will get you places. Let's go.
I mean, that is my thing.
And he walks down the gangplank of the Pale Prow with you back towards where the Falling Star and the Lila are docked right next to each other.
Yeah.
All right. Button, I think you're up next because I say so.
Alrighty, that's fair enough.
Sorry.
Peach will offer their hand to Odophilia and say, "Would you like to go to the fair still?"
Yes. All right. She kind of takes your hand.
And you first.
I love that this is canonically them being awkward at each other now because they're in
Yes.
that really awkward face.
Yep.
Oh.
Yes.
No, nothing. I was just going to ask if you had any thoughts or plans.
So, in Oak, would there have been a Richfest celebration like this?
Very small, very much harvest focused. Roll a history check for me.
I rolled a natural 20, -1.
Okay. So you do recall there were sporting events even in Oak. It was like sack potato races and things like that, where all the kids would get together and they would make a loop around the village square, which is that 60-foot spot of cobblestone and dirt with a well in the middle, and the inn at one end and the houses kind of spotted around it. Again, it being such a small place.
Right. So, and just with context, so this would have been all the human kids. So I think Peach probably never actually played before.
Just
so
kind of watched, yeah.
I've always wondered, is it hard to race in the potato sacks? Because I've watched some people eat it, really eat dirt.
Oh my god. Potato sacks. We could do that.
I've never played any of the games or anything in them.
You have.
So if you want to.
Okay. Let's do that then. There's also, I think, so I know they did in Saltmarsh, Catch the Flying Pig. And they never got to Saltmarsh because it's a bit expensive, but they have something called Mayhem Mancy. I don't know that they'll have it here either, but that's a big thing, I think, from Greyhawk, so.
Should look. Is Catch the Flying Pig literal?
Sort of.
Peach is
Come on.
just
And she-
imagining one. Okay.
Begins to pull you up into the main area. As you make your way up, you do see there are a lot of booths and festivities going on. Music changing too quickly. There's a lot of small games, like throwing darts, things like that. But you do see as you kind of move up towards the fairgrounds, before you get to the fairgrounds, there is a group of people, and there are these little pens with 5 pigs sitting in them as you walk by. Further ahead towards the fairgrounds, you can see there's a whole bunch of stuff going on up at the fairgrounds itself.
Is this where the pigs fly?
It looks like it, yes.
They're a little, like, scared for the pigs. They're just staring.
Oh, it's harmless, don't worry. They're fine.
How does it work?
Okay, so here's the deal. And she kind of leads you up and leans against one of the pens and looks at the pigs. And they're just kind of, like, sitting there. They look well-fed, fairly well-to-do. But as you glance at them, they have clearly been greased. And roll a perception check for me.
1! -1!
Okay. Hard to tell beyond that. You're very busy looking at Odophilia, I assume. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So each one of these pigs has a number on it. Essentially, at the beginning of the race, once everybody's paid their tickets, they call out a number. That is the pig you're supposed to catch. But that pig can fly. The numbers are on their bellies, so it's hard to tell.
What?
Yes. So they just let the pigs go. It's a bit of a hazard, but they go tearing off across the town, and you have to attempt to catch it. And usually the flying one, if it's a smart pig, knows to not take off until it gets a little down to the last line. But if you get the right one, you can go straight for it before it gets into the air. Do you want to try?
Yes.
All right.
Do you want to?
Yes.
Do you want to? Only if you want to.
Little competition?
Absolutely. Peach will go pay for their tickets.
Okay. It's like 2 silver pieces each. And there's a little bit of a group gathering now. You see about 10 or 11 individuals. There's this gentleman with the worst overcomb you've ever seen running this booth. He's got this like jet black hair, and his pale head is just kind of sweeps of the hair in greased, like probably the same grease used on the pigs, kind of runs over the top of his head. Hello there, love. All right. You joining in?
Hi there. Yes, please.
Good. All right.
As it's
2. Good. 4 silver pieces.
I hand them over. And I didn't actually roleplay getting money from Demi, but I believe we scored that
She
away.
would have absolutely just like handed you like 10 gold pieces and been like,
Okay, perfect.
All right, then. Go, give it a minute. We'll get a few more folks together, see if we can, and we'll do it, huh? Good. Let's see Corby with you and all that shit. All right, Cole. Step on up. Get your greased pig chase. And
Oh my god.
This guy doesn't even know what the name of the game is.
Yeah.
Come get your fucking pig!
Go get it. Come chase a pig.
Greased.
Jesus Christ. Amazing.
You spend a few minutes waiting around as they gain a few more individuals. Eventually, there's like a group of 15 people. All right, over here. And you stand. There's a line, like a white line. You see Odophilia kind of takes you by the hand, leads you over there. Here's the deal. I'm gonna go. And you see the pigs like begin to as he does that and kind of begin to bustle and shift and like push against the gates.
It just starts to float out.
Just ETs up to the sky.
Down, Gilbert, down. As you kind of all line up, he says, "When I yell, wow, the accent. When I yell suey, you're gonna go ahead and the pigs are gonna let loose, and you're gonna chase them. All right? The number I'll shout out right after suey. Okay? All right. Here we go. All right. Everybody ready? Okay. And somebody at the gate hits the gate, and it springs loads open. All of them go, and all the pigs take take off. And he pauses for just a moment as you see the pigs break into the crowd. And there, you notice that while you've been gathering together, there's been a few folks that he's clearly paid pushing folks to the edge of this square that this is happening in, kind of out to the edge, and the pigs just take off. One of them, like, barrels off towards one group, and they stand to the side, and he goes, 4! And with that, you can go. And you see Odophilia kind of glance at you, smile, and take off.
They follow.
Okay.
What is this?
So she immediately begins like looking for a target. So I've rolled perception for her. Now, are you going to look for your own target, or are you just following her?
They're following her.
Okay. She eyes this one pig, and there's like 2 other people headed for it. It's the one that barreled down the crowd, and the crowd's kind of laughed and jumped to the side, and it's cut down into an alleyway that leads kind of on the map there where this is all going down. Just so you all know, is it started in am I on the right layer? Yes. It started in this square. Stop it. This square here, and it's headed off down in this direction, kind of inland from the sea.
Kind of toward Greaves.
Yeah, right toward Greaves. There's a bit of a hill that it probably won't get up into, and you see as Odophilia takes off in that direction. She's quite fast, quite agile, and immediately kind of gets ahead of the 2 other folks that are headed in the same direction.
She's so cool. They're running after her.
Okay. So, here's what I want you to do. What's your regular movement? 30, right?
30, I believe. Yeah.
So, the way this kind of works, Theater of the Mind, we're not going to roll an initiative here because it's more skill-based checks. As you begin to kind of run after her, you see as the pig ducks down the alleyway and you lose sight of it, you both are quite quick and immediately pass the 2 people that are in pursuit. How do you proceed?
They... They are more like chasing Odophilia because they trust her to be more perceptive.
Okay. Okay, that's better. As she kind of ducks through this group and like turns to look at you and smile and then looks back down the alleyway, she actually looks at the pig as it jumps over this barrel in sort of a leap, and she catches the belly of it, and there is a big 3 scrawled along it.
Oh.
She goes, damn it, wrong pig. Look for one. And she turns and begins looking back around. You could go ahead and roll a perception check if you'd like.
Tell you what, while she is looking, they will run up and tap her and cast Longstrider at 2nd level on both of them.
Okay, so you are now the fastest people in this game.
Yes. I don't know why I rolled for it, it just happens. Yeah, that's what they do.
Okay, so that's another 10 feet on both of you, so you're both looking at 40,
Yes.
I believe. Mm-hmm. Okay, so as you're doing that, she'll roll perception then, since that's... as she's looking around, though, it's crazy. She's not actually seeing anything. You kind of glance over and you do look, and you see off to just the left, there's a guy who kind of dives and barrels into this pig and kind of catches it and rolls over, and as he grabs it, the underbelly kind of is made visible, and it's a 2 scrawled on it. And the pig immediately gets loose and like turns back over, and a few people are still looking at it, not certain.
Okay. All right, so not that one or that one. Should I roll a perception check to find another pig running around in
Okay,
the
roll
city?
perception.
12.
A 12? Okay. As you're looking around, you don't see a pig. You do hear, though, a couple of pigs squealing. Over in kind of this direction, back across and down the hill from you. She kind of glances at you, chuckles, grabs you by the hand, and Longstrider's with you, like, down the hill.
Yeah.
As you kind of shoot down. There are a few groups now. You can see 3 of the pigs are kind of scattered in different directions. There's one to the right, kind of currently, like, making its way up these barrels that looks to be a little bit cornered by 2 folks who are coming for it. The pigs look to be fine with it. They're they're having a blast. There's another pig who's running circles around a fountain, and there's just this one person chasing it who keeps like he stops and the pig doubles back, and then and it's just this game of like cat and mouse. And then the final pig is making for another alleyway down in this direction as it cuts between a couple of colorful stalls in that lower square near the harbor.
Okay. Paige will just say to Odophilia as they're running, "Is it bad that I'm rooting for the pigs?" And they'll chase after that last one. That's
the last one.
Chasing it. Yeah.
Okay. Roll a perception check as you kind of lay eyes on it, begin to chase.
Oh, 17.
A 17. Okay.
It's good for Peach.
With a 17, as you glance, you see as somebody kind of jumps to the side, and some of the these stacked cabbages on this stand get bumped, and the cabbages go tumbling down.
Cabbages!
And the pig kind of leaps, and there's a moment where it soars a little bit more than it should as a pig, and drifts down the alleyway before landing back on its feet. You've got your pig.
There, as they run by, hi there. Did anyone
Take the shot!
number 4 on that before?
Okay.
Okay, yeah. They're chasing it.
So, with Longstrider, you're able to catch up to this pig quite quickly, both of you. As you get into the alleyway, it's just the two of you right now, running down this kind of narrow alleyway. There's a lot of lobster pots stacked to either side, and the pig is kind of like zigzagging through them.
My goodness, this seems wildly dangerous for the pig and everyone else.
Fuck yeah.
Can they like... they want to like scoop it up with their shield to see what's written on its stomach, if possible.
Okay, make an athletics check for me.
Okay. Wow, that's a natural one.
As you go to try and like lift your shield kind of under it, it bounces off your shield and bounces into the air, bounces off the wall, and then bounces off the other wall in the alleyway, and this thing is beginning to take flight now. Odophilia is going to make a jump for it.
Okay.
Hold on, should have had her character sheet open for this. Okay. As she goes, she does jump and kind of catch it by the feet, and does seem to keep hold, but the pig is still flying, and she's on its ankles right now.
This is now a nightmare.
As it begins to... She's about 5 feet in the air, and this pig going...
Okay, they have Misty Step prepared to catch her if it seems like it gets higher.
Are you going to react any other way?
Currently
the pig isn't gaining altitude anymore. Odophilia's just hanging like 5 feet in the air, suspended, as this pig is now floating down the alleyway away from you.
Can I read the number on its stomach?
Yeah, it's up in the air above you. It's 4. This is your pig.
Oh, okay.
The rules were only the pig you're supposed to find can fly.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they're literally just like running like under her, like, I don't love this.
Okay. Odophilia is, I guess, gonna make an athletics check and attempt to pull it down.
Is she's too high for me to like
You can try and pull her down. She's 5 feet in the air. You can reach her by her ankles.
Okay. I guess I will like try to do that.
Okay, go ahead.
14 plus 8 is 22.
Okay, you get her by the ankles now, and you can feel, with the 22 as well, you're also able to dig your heels in, and Odophilia kind of stops, and she actually rolled a 23. She got a 19 on the dice, so she, like, is also holding to the pig strong. It doesn't get away, and you kind of come to a stop. Now you just have to get the pig back to the guy.
Oh, gosh. Can they walk back with her, like, her feet on their shoulders, just like, I think you won.
Okay. I will say, with the pig grappled, make one final check just to hold on to it for me. As you kind of, it's wriggling and trying to get out. I tell you what, you can either make the check or Odophilia can, either with advantage.
I will do that. It's a 17. Okay, 17 plus 8. 25.
Okay. Yeah, you successfully. It's really funny as you walk back into the square, basically with this like balloon Odophilia being floated through the air, and then she's got the pig itself, which is just kind of like pulling. You're kind of walked back. You make your way back up the hill and present the pig. He says, "Oh, all right then. We've got us a winner. Congratulations, congratulations!" And he like rings a bell. And all the pigs, the one on the fountain that was just making loops kind of stops. And the guy who's chasing it like bumps into it and tumbles over it. And it just kind of begins to walk back up the hill towards its pen. And you see as the pigs manifest from various locations, one head like pops up from underneath a like little fabric container and begins to walk towards the pens.
Cute. Does Odophilia get a prize?
Yeah, you do. All right, here, come. I'll show you. And he leads you over to this like little stand off to the side where he was taking gold before, and you can see there are a number of prizes along the things. He says, "Yeah, all right. So you get to take your pick because you actually got it." So, as you take a look at this kind of series of prizes, there are. My apologies, guys.
Prize list.
Holy Avenger longs?
Are these like magical item prizes? That's insane.
So, good God, why can't I find my specific list for this? There it is. You
Prize
look,
list, right.
and there are a series of like little stuffed creatures. You see, one is a tug, and one is an owl bear sitting there. You also see a series of vials in very different neon colors arrayed before you. And then you see there is this rapier sitting there that looks like a normal rapier. And then there is a tiny little dragon statue.
Oh. Peach will point to the rapier and the dragon statue and say, or they'll point to them all and say, "Those two remind me of you."
She kind of walks over and takes a look at them. Oh, look at that. Oh, because the dragon. That's fair. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe? Which now canonically exists in this world, apparently.
That's a choosing method.
Like Pinky Promises.
Like Pinky Promise.
Binding.
I'll have her roll.
Folder
curses.
parchment shears.
So she kind of hovers over the rapier for a moment and then looks at her own, and she goes and she does pick up the little dragon. All right, excellent choice. Congratulations. Good job, everybody. All right, next game's in 1 hour. And he goes back to like managing the booth. The pigs are just kind of chilling again. You see one dude walk up and just kind of dump some slop into a couple of troughs, and they chow down a little bit. And she kind of takes the little dragon and looks at it, and she presses her thumb against the tail, and the mouth opens, and a little blue flame gouts from it, about 2 inches.
I love this. She has a lighter.
Flashlight.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Now, that did take some time, my friends. So, while that is going on, Salvator, Sean, what's going on, my guy?
Yes.
Can I quickly just say, I imagine Benny Hill to the backing track of that entire scene.
And when it eventually lapped, it turned into Beverly Hillbillies. Yeah, I was gonna make my way over to Mjolnir.
That's right.
Big, buff, handsome, beach-sitting Mjolnir.
As you make your way up, you do see that there are a few people who have set up little picnics on those rock pools and are having lunch. They keep a pretty serious distance from Mjolnir, but that doesn't keep him from being particularly curious about it. And at one point, like this little kid topples over, and you see him kind of like reach in to like help pick the kid up, and then stop himself as like one lady goes, "Ah!" And he's like, "Oh, right, okay, hey, whoopsie."
Am I passing by them as I approach him? Yeah. I just look at this like, that was incredibly rude of you.
Nice. 10 out of 10.
On my way over, I will cast Tongues, because I know I am
Giant.
not speaking in his first language.
Yes.
I don't know his first language, so.
Okay. As you approach. He's just kind of gone back to kicking a little bit in the water, and these like little waves are rippling out, and it takes him a moment unless you do you hearken him?
I would fully interrupt him.
Okay,
whatever he's
perfect.
doing, obviously. And you say, hello!
Ah! Oh, hello! Hey!
Greetings, friend! It's
Hello.
been some time.
Yes, it is the Salvator.
Yes, very well. It's good of you to remember.
Vilnor knows.
I'm terrible with names. Are you partaking in this weekend's activities?
Oh, weekend. A little bit, but not really. They keep getting scared. I walked over earlier to help with one of the ships for the Fagofshon man.
Hate that name. Speaking of names, which one? Was it one of ours? The
I
Pale
don't
one?
think so. No, it was a big blue boat. Did some magic for him. They're paying. They like it. Business is good for me.
This is good.
You
this
were
is
going
good.
to the pirates. Did it go well? Did you beat them?
We've returned from them. Most of them have been defeated by us. We are very powerful and very capable.
Ah, good,
We will
good,
be
good.
going back out at some point to finish the job, I assume. Because that's what I do, I assume, for everyone else. So, I was hoping to speak with you because previously I remember us speaking and you seem to be quite a deal older than everyone else I've ever met.
Vilnor very, very old. This is true, yes.
Yes, where have you been?
Mostly under the sea.
Down where it's wetter.
Yes. Yes, everything is better
Yes.
there. I was on the mountain for a little
I'll
bit.
take it from you.
But the mountain was so boring, you know?
Which mountain was this?
I don't know the name.
Is there any way? Oh. I was gonna say, is there any way I could show him a map? There is one way.
There is.
Can I minor illusion a map for him to look at?
Sure.
Of just the area
Just a little bit
that
of,
we've
of,
been in?
of the places.
Of essentially the Azure Sea.
How big is minor illusion?
5 feet.
5 feet.
So I don't assume
Okay.
it's
I'm gonna have
massive.
him because he's gonna have to lean in and squint a little bit as this huge
yeah.
He kind of looks at it. He goes, "Oh,
Nice.
this is very, very small."
Yes, afraid everything is.
It was like he kind of puts his finger through what would be the map's top right corner as you're looking at it, which would be the far northeast, and he says, "Look past here," because you kind of present what you know of the region.
Interesting. You ventured out of the sea that far inland.
Well, I was at the mountain first.
You started there.
This. And then I come
I
down.
see.
I did a little walk for a while, couple hundred years, I think. I don't know.
What was there when you were younger? What were you surrounded by on this mountain?
Oh, mostly other mountains. Some cloud. Quiet your donkey!
I think they're chasing them around. Greased donkey chase. I think I heard someone shouting. about that.
Mortals are very stupid.
They are indeed.
Salvator. Mostly lots of mountains. Yes. From the mountains, I could see forests, big holes where the fingers of the ocean reached into the land in these long, narrow, canyons.
Are you speaking about rivers?
No, much deeper. Rivers are so small, they're little flat things. These were big, deep canyons. I could walk down them.
Oh, I see, yes. Some sort of ravine.
My people, because you're speaking in his tongue, he says, fjords.
Ah, fjords. We have those, yes. Interesting. You have no idea how old you are, do you?
No, it is not particularly something we are good at.
What a shame. I just sort of look at him with this respect, but also like a disappointment. Like a,
So what is
How
your
much you-
question? I will try.
The area you are referring to, at least it is in the direction of something we are curious about. I was hoping you could shed some light on that part of the world.
Okay.
A place that we refer to as the Bone March.
Bone March.
Did you
Where
think
on your
means
map
anything
is
to you?
it?
I don't have a map that depicts that area, correct? Or
You do
can I
not
like
actually,
make one?
yeah.
Have I seen one?
You can kind of roll. I tell
like
you
Google
what, roll a
Maps,
history
like,
check for me because
pinch in.
you've looked at maps before. You've
I've
been
seen
to the
ton-
east.
I've seen tons of maps.
You've traveled in the
Um,
east as a part of whom you were, so you
yeah,
might have a little better
obviously.
context to this.
That's a 23.
23. Okay.
Plus 9.
You are able to manifest a map that would include the Bone March. So many horses!
I don't know why they let them on this beach.
It's crazy. It's falling in shit. The pools. This is yes, okay. This is north or south of mountains, across the big stretch of ocean. You say, and what is there?
Something we are looking for. I didn't know if you had any experience with this part of the world.
He kind of goes, there was a time. I remember it a little bit. And he kind of points his finger like up and down the eastern shore, which kind of runs from the Bone March all the way down to the Tillenwald Peninsula. He goes, the mortals, they got very, very uppity. All were fighting with each other. They could not figure out. One person was in charge, then person was gone. Lots of conflict.
I get a sense of what he's keying into, and I just get really like quiet for a minute. I'm sorry, you said there was some sort of massive conflict amongst the people of this time?
Yes. So mostly the humans and the demi-humans, I think. They didn't live this far west then. Out here was mostly the elves, a few groups of humans. The Dragonborn came this way, I think.
Yes, of course.
These fucking horses, Jesus.
There's a lot of horses in towns, Josh.
They really
I
are.
don't know if you know this. On beaches specifically.
Especially when they're greased.
Beach horses is best horses.
Beach, it's a good like.
Yeah.
anniversary
Salvator is
or
wearing a fabulous
honeymoon
shirt
spot,
and his
that's
hair
what
is
it is.
swept back in the air.
I was meaning to ask you a few questions.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Does that sound like the thing I remember reading about? To me, it does sound like that.
It sounds like histories allude to the fall of the Genothian Empire
Yes.
being a period of mass martial strife.
Okay. Fuck, and he was alive for that. Damn. I'm gonna get inside his mind and like read his thoughts.
Fucking blows Salvator's head. Explodes.
Can I borrow your body forever?
What? Raises the hand.
Interesting. Well, I don't plan on going back to these games anytime soon. And I will just sit there and make idle conversation with this ancient, impossibly old being.
Okay. The conversation is fascinating because he keeps alluding to things that
But he doesn't know anything about them.
and they may or may not have happened yet.
Yes.
There Yeah, there are
Yet?
instances where he seems to be talking about the future.
Like he experiences all of time at once.
Yes. Like, he references casually a moment
the
where
face of Bo?
Greyhawk is abandoned, and historically you are like, what? As is it's a
never
part
happen.
of, like, history that's already occurred.
Huh. Fascinating. Okay, I definitely try and pick stuff out of his mind for like.
Okay, make an
An hour or
intelligence
two.
check for me.
Oh,
Let's see
shit.
if we can't glean a little information for you.
Just straight intelligence. Is it 15?
Yeah, we'll make it just straight intelligence because it's meandering conversation, and
It's nothing
sometimes
pointed.
there's two different conversations happening, and you're pretty aware of that.
Right.
He's not. He doesn't necessarily connect that you're not on the same page, but you quite readily do. With a 15, at one point, he does reference, because you're kind of steering the conversation, correct? As best
Yeah.
you can.
I'm trying to direct his library of information to where I want it to meander.
At one point, he does reference that war again, or that region that was in conflict.
Mhm.
And he mentions the Emperor's name. And you're pretty sure, though it's translated from giant into a tongue you comprehend, Nox.
That's not a speakable language.
The name functions a little differently.
Okay. It's translated to Nox.
As close as you can get. Again, this is through layers of language barrier.
Yes.
Um,
None of which I hear.
yeah, it's all... But he alludes to leadership and the way that it manifests down. That's what you essentially hear.
Okay. Okay. I'm good.
All right.
I must think.
Demi.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
Hey, what's I assume Peach said that they were going to come to the inn, so
Okay.
she's gonna sit there for I guess another hour.
Awesome. Well, then, Toppet and I had to check the names, and Bluebell do eventually arrive, and this figure with this platinum blonde beard, immaculately kept, even more so than when Peach last saw them as they were just waking up, does walk in, and you see them head towards Mac, and they are followed by a turtle, which stands out as well, that Peach forgot to mention, kind of... Did they mention that?
They just said his name.
Okay, yeah. A turtle follows in. The turtle has this sort of very dark bluish gray coloring to it, and is pretty almost ocean-like patterning to the shell as it walks up, following Bluebell. You see them kind of lean against the bar and begin to query Mac. And within moments, Mac points directly at you. Which point?
She'll approach, I guess.
Okay. Kind of meets you halfway. Captain Demi Waters.
Hello.
Bluebell, cleric of Palo. This is Toppet,
Nice to meet you.
cleric of Palo. What's up?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes. My friend said that you were willing to look at someone.
Yes, something to do with legs, apparently.
Yes. Let me just she's on one of our ships, so if you wouldn't mind.
Lead the way, Captain.
Of course.
All right. They kind of follow along. Anything you can tell us about this malady?
We don't particularly understand it. Magic drained her body in the best way that I can possibly understand. I'm not well versed in any sort of healing.
And where did the cause come from?
That is another really hard question to understand. We're not entirely sure how to describe it.
Well, we'll do our
Like
best.
a parasite.
Oh. I'm sorry. Very
Yes.
and you get the feeling like he's thinking one thing and you're saying another thing.
Yeah. So, right. This is the Lady Lila, and she'll walk on. I'm gonna guess in the hour that she would have had, she would have probably gone to tell Benji that this was happening.
Sure.
Just so it's not like a surprise.
Yeah, no problem. They're there. Kari is there as you're kind of let in and led into Lila's chambers. They have since made this a little bit nicer, but they've not put her back in the back of the ship yet. It's still Kari's room. Excuse me. Ooh, hello. Good to meet y'all.
So they're here to look and see if they can help Lila at all.
Oh, Paylor. All right.
Do I know what? It's not Kari that's a cleric, though, is it? She's a wizard. Which one's the cleric? Jax?
Jax is a cleric.
Okay. Do I know what his thing is?
Have you ever asked him?
Nope. Well, I mean, when she was a kid, probably, but not recently.
You remember being sea-related.
Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Sorry. That was just me wondering.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Okay.
Okay. So, may I? And you can see Lila still is unconscious as you approach. The sheet's pulled up. She's breathing, and the cloth appears to have been removed at this point. Kari just kind of steps to the side and lets you take the lead.
So she's not woken for a couple of days since my friend magically removed some sort of evil parasite.
So this is more magic related than medical. Got it.
Yes.
All right. You're welcome to stay. This is going to take a little bit. We'll investigate. We have some spells at our disposal to see what's going on as best we can.
Of course.
But I make no guarantees.
Of course. Whatever you need, I'll not be in your way. I, of course, can financially compensate you for anything that you do.
Well, fortunately for you, it's Rich Fest. So our work is currently free. However, donations are much appreciated.
Of course.
So, you know.
Yeah. Yes. Churches work like that. I'll just be
Were you just shady to the guy
outside.
giving you free healing?
No! No, I was not.
Were you just shady to the guy giving free healing?
I wasn't
No.
trying to.
The organization he works for and worships.
I got it. Fuck your god. Fix this.
No, she wasn't trying to be.
I know. I'm just teasing you, Parker. I'm sorry.
She's gonna, make herself scarce by just putting herself in, the far corner, so she's not in the way.
Okay. Easy enough. So you don't leave the room, so you get to essentially witness as a number of accoutrements and items are brought out. Kari kind of stays as well, taking a spot on a stool across the room. And you see, as this turtle figure begins pulling things out of his shell and placing them on the ground, number of holy symbols, you see incense pulled out, you see various, what you're assuming to be reagents, placed around the room. Not all immediately used, but they go through a series of different processes. One looks unmistakably like when Salvator looks for magical things, As that is done, you're pretty certain there are also some things hearkening in similarity to Peach's checking for malicious entities in spaces around you. You also see them doing some more medical practices as they lean in. And you can see, and they look to you for permission before pulling the sheet back and more thoroughly inspecting. They're at it for about an hour and a half. Is that okay? Are you good to stay for that whole thing?
Yep. She'll sit.
Eventually,
Nice.
Blue Bell turns to you and says, so... parts of her body seem to have just been completely corroded away. This isn't something that can be restored in such a simple way. There are those who could cast this sort of regenerative spell, but not one in this vicinity that I'm aware of. And just for you guys, essentially the spell Regenerate is going to be required for this, which is a 7th level spell.
Okay.
And for this individual just doesn't have the
Yeah.
levels in cleric to do it.
It
is quite a rare skill.
Do you know where I might find someone who's rare,
In Kioland?
preferably?
I mean, there's a few clerics there. One serves the king. There's the head of the catacombs as well, I believe. Both are impressively powerful.
Oh my god, Mavanon.
There's another one as well. Works with him.
Works with...
I don't recall his name.
Oh. Very helpful.
The cook?
Yeah.
It is regenerates.
I do
also
love that
a druid spell, correct?
Druids
It is.
and bards
Crazy.
can technically learn it as well, depending on the bard. But they'd have to be 13th level, I believe, for clerics to get access to it, and later for some of the others.
So what you're saying is training montage. Gotcha.
Yeah, for sure.
So
Punch every bowl.
Oh.
it's certainly something that might be accessible to the party with the right, but you've got a few
there's
levels
also
to go.
People, yeah. Thank you. I had completely forgotten to check in with a literal head of the catacombs that we know. Okay, yes. Thank you. Very
I'm
much.
sorry, you know...
Yes.
Never mind, I won't pry.
Thank you very much.
Can I'm going to ask one more time, what did this to her?
I don't know what to call it.
A monster?
It was definitely monstrous.
Would you say Demi's being cagey, or this is genuine lack of
She genuinely doesn't know what the fuck to call it.
Okay.
She's less being cagey. I mean, the only thing that they know about it that she would be cagey about is where it came from, and that's not what he's asking. She doesn't know what to call it.
Very well. My apologies. And you can see now that Toppet is just putting things in the bag. And kind of pulls it over.
I apologize. What would be a reasonable donation for your time?
It's so weird how it always works like this. Whatever you see fit, but a few gold pieces is always appreciated.
Of course. She will, just so I can have my even numbers, give them 11 gold pieces.
All right. That's very kind of you.
Because it makes my D&D Beyond
He
even.
looks quite impressed with that donation. Again, this is something very severe you've asked him to look at, but most of the things they're doing are healing, like gout, which apparently exists in this world as of right now when I said that, and things like that, which are more within his skill set. But the people paying for that are also paying a few coppers in donation, and he looks very appreciative of that donation. Right, well, best of luck getting to Neildra. I will say, she is stable.
Is there a reason why she isn't waking up?
I think the best word to describe it medically would be a coma.
Okay. And there's nothing you can do about that?
Her body is attempting to make up for an incredible amount of strain that was placed upon it.
Huh.
I fear that meddling with that might just make things worse.
Okay. That's helpful to know, at the very least. Thank you.
I know it's a frightening word, but it's... Give her time to rest. Keep her fed and watered. Kari kind of nods from the corner. And, hopefully she'll be back.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Are you... I assume, you're here for the festival, so good luck in your competition?
No, we're here for the healing part. No competition.
Oh, well.
It's a
good luck to
complicated
your
festival.
team. What is it?
Taylor be with you, Captain Demi, and
She doesn't do religion.
a wonderful evening and best of luck. Kind of with that, him and Toppet part ways with you, and you are left with Kari in the room with Lila.
Well, I have an idea now, so that's nice.
If nothing else, it's good to hear that she's not on the edge.
True. Yes. Matter
You
of
say you know
time.
someone who can fix it, though.
I know... I think I know the person that he was referring to. Actually, two of the people. Mavanon once sent us across space via his god. He owns the catacombs in Neildra, and then King Scoti's cook, I think, is possibly who they were talking about. He healed us.
All right, yeah,
after...
can do things. That's fair. Nothing. Sorry. You said cook.
Oh, right. Yeah. Did you see it happen?
No. I was throwing spells over at the Nasher.
Yeah. Did they take your staff? Do you need staff? There's a nice magic shop in town.
They took my spell book.
Oh. Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I know it's there. It's just a matter of remembering it all, getting it written back down.
That's fair. I'm sorry I wasn't there. I don't know how much help I would have actually been. Possibly I would have gotten myself into more trouble, but I'm sorry that I wasn't there.
Better you were free to save us, I think.
I'm sorry I took my time. She's just looking at Lila.
Kari kind of places a hand on your hand, just kind of reassuringly. Words probably not enough to assuage.
Yeah, she'll stand there for a little bit, and then she'll, like, wipe, like, tears that were forming, and then be like, right, so, festival, we should enjoy it. And she's gonna fill Kari in on the fact that they're probably going to leave to run errands tomorrow. And that she'll kind of attempt to check in as they're gone. But that they'll be going back to the capital, and then she can ask about someone helping Lila.
All right. Yeah, try and enjoy yourself.
Yes.
Keep us. We'll stay probably here for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll let you know what I find out as soon as I can.
Right.
Thanks. She'll head out of there and back to the Falling Star, and meet up with Oceanus and do whatever ship stuff they needed to do for a bit.
And it's easy enough to kind of handle those logistics as you make your way back out onto the port. Eventually, the party's all in different disparate locations right now, but I assume as the day proceeds, you find your way back together, unless folks have other things they'd like to attempt to accomplish.
Yeah, I think if Demi could, she'll probably, because Zahl was running ship things. Did Salvator say that he was going to go see Vilnir?
No.
No, he didn't. She'll
Didn't.
message Salvator at some point to find out where he is.
Okay.
And essentially just suggest that they all go try to meet up with Peach at the festival. Is what she'll try and do. She'll try and get everybody to
We have
go.
a Grease moment.
Yeah.
We have a Grease moment where we're at a big festival. We all happen to be in the same aisle.
Yeah.
What are you all doing? Stop that. Stop that at once.
No. She'll grab Oceanus and
Who's that cog?
grab the other two. Grab the other two and try and all meet up at the festival if possible.
Okay. That's kind of mid-afternoon. I assume you've been going to booths and so on and so forth, Button and Odophilia, as you make your way up. If you've been in the festival for a little bit, just as the others are approaching, go ahead and roll just a general perception to see what you've noticed of the festivities.
Ooh, 13.
13. There was a booth that was particularly interesting. Again, mostly food stalls, silly little parlor games, feats of strength. You do see some folks doing combat, like melee combat in a small arena. Nothing particularly flashy in this location, but there are folks watching. But there was an individual who was hawking Find the Mimic as a game.
That sounds
Oh my
deadly
god.
to
Yeah.
commoners.
I'm so down.
And do we know what a mimic? I don't think Peach would,
If Peach doesn't know what a mimic is, then Peach doesn't know what a mimic is. That's fair.
unless they're like
You've never
unless
encountered
it's something
one.
people are familiar with. Yeah.
It would be lore available to adventurers and monster hunters and things like that. But if you've started adventuring with this group or
Yeah,
recently,
I don't-
it probably isn't something that you've just encountered in.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Find a mimic.
So they just all walk up and find them.
Yeah, eventually, yeah,
Hello.
you're able to aggregate if you would like to do so.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Pale Prow's getting dry docked for 3 to 4 weeks to get fixed, but it's getting fixed.
Hello. Oh, perfect. Okay, well, 13, what is it? 3,500?
Yeah, 35.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But
Alright.
it'll be out of commission for about 3 to 4 weeks. You have to replace a lot of the bosom, and I stayed for a little bit, made sure that the crews were actually working on the parts that needed to be worked on.
Yes.
Also warned them about the sale
Oh, right, good. That's good. We didn't have any particular, plans for it yet. So 3 to 4 weeks. It being handled by other people sounds perfect to me. Peach, Ophelia, how's your day gone?
Ophelia won a flying pig competition. She caught it.
Oh yes,
And
look at
flew.
this.
Oh,
She like pulls out the little dragon.
it's
Yeah, that sounds
very cute.
It's like a
That's
lighter.
very cool.
I've never played that, but I do believe I've heard of it. So, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is that why you both look slightly greasy?
Oh, yes.
She prestidigitations. It's an interesting thing. Anything else catch your eye?
Roll perception for me.
Me?
Anybody who's
Oh.
looking around, as you kind of glance around the fairgrounds now.
I feel like
25.
we
Okay.
An 18, and I can see invisible things.
Ooh. Hell yeah!
So, an 18, a 25 on Demi, a 2 on Zahl. Peach?
I feel like it would be cheating for Peach to roll again because they've been here all day and
Gotcha.
they don't have. Yeah.
So you saw the guess the mimic, spot the mimic, find the mimic game. Salvator and Demi, you both notice as you're standing there talking, every once in a while, a series of goblins will skitter out and ooh and ah at something that they find amazing, and then they'll disappear into a side alley for a little bit. And then they just keep popping back out, investigating each booth as they go. Demi
Mm-hmm.
and Salvatore, you both notice that there appears to be a group over in one corner in this big sand pit where there are just like 50 people aggregating, and somebody is kind of like bringing them all together for this. You're not exactly certain what the festival is or what the event is, but there are a whole bunch of people congregating over on the far side in this large sand pit. You notice there are a few other things, including like just a freaking town booth where they're like handing out water and food to people to make sure that they're staying hydrated. And Demi, you would notice that there is currently a guard standing there with a little girl who is crying, who appears to have found like a lost child, and they're waiting for the parents to arrive.
Oh,
Love that.
Wow.
okay.
That one's dark.
I feel like Zahl for rolling solo is just staring at this mimic booth, and
Sure.
is like, "I've heard the word mimic. Don't know what it is though."
As you
There.
gaze at the booth,
Demi, to copy. That is to mimic.
Well, yeah, but
it is just a stack of chests along the back shelf. There's just like 60 of them. 60 small chests about this big.
I want to play this game so bad.
Go for it.
If you'd
Alright.
like to play, why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna try this. I have no clue what it is, but it seems really interesting because, like, I know a mimic is copying, as you said, but like,
No,
what does that mean?
Do I know what it means?
we know what a mimic is.
Uh,
I was being a shit. But what do we know?
Salvatore, make an Arcana check for me. Demi, make a history check for me.
Okay.
Greasy Pig 20.
Greasy Pig 20. Okay.
23.
Demi, Josh's atypical response. Salvatore, you've heard of them in academic purposes. You've never experienced one. Demi, you've heard of them in stories as creatures that tend to mimic other objects in an attempt to fool their prey into engaging with them. At which point they tend to do a little bitey bite.
Just while Zahl's like approaching the game, I'm gonna cast Detect Magic and just look at all the boxes.
Okay. As you kind of cast Detect Magic and you begin to gaze, the booth
From 20 feet away.
from 20 feet away. Okay, and he doesn't seem to notice you either. The booth runner is just kind of sitting there, like looking around, and you see him kind of keeping his eyes peeled, but he doesn't notice.
I just tap my cane.
As you, pop the scroll.
Tap, tap, tap.
There is only one magical entity in that space. It is 5 over and 6 down.
I say nothing.
With my passive perception standing next to him, could I tell what he did?
Is there a verbal component, Salvator?
To detect I mean, it's an
He
item.
casts it. He casts it through his cane.
Yeah, I cast it from the wand
Probably
in
not.
my cane.
Okay, yeah, then it's just a quick. He's just tapping.
Just go
Okay.
tap.
So are we going to go watch this?
I would love to.
Perfect.
Zahl. What's up, my guy?
What's up? Yeah, I'm going to the booth. I'm playing this game.
Okay. As you walk up, the individual kind of glances. You want to test your luck?
Sure. What exactly is this game? I'm just wondering.
You got to find a mimic.
What does that mean exactly? I'm just wondering.
Ah, fresh. All right. He kind of grabs his cane and he goes, and he taps on one of the shelves. He says, one of these boxes, and there's just a massive boxes. It's in a box. It's a horrific little beastie that'll try and take your fingers. You
Oh, I
need to
love
tell me which one is.
Gotcha.
You step around the booth, spend as much time as you want investigating, taking a looky-see. All right?
Oh.
Yeah? And then you tell me which one it is. Now, disclaimer. Gorickson's carnivals are not responsible for any lost appendages, or maiming, or bleeding, or lost items, or torn clothing. Understood?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Also, Josh,
Bingo, 2 silver pieces.
Ashi's invisible. I just want to throw that out.
Beautiful.
There.
Good to know.
Is invisible on my shoulder?
I also lean over to someone and say, he didn't say anything about death, so if he dies, we can sue.
You get
well-
Salvatore, you get the feeling with how small this mimic is, it would be very hard to eat an entire person.
Yeah.
2
just saying.
silver. Yeah, that's totally fine.
All right.
Demi
It's
leans
just
back
more
over.
Treasure Planet.
Yeah.
It is just
Absolutely. If Salvatore says that, Demi's like, I don't have any more diamonds though, so let's not.
All right.
Thank you.
She said there's 60 boxes.
There's 60 boxes, approximately, give or take.
I don't know how I'm gonna determine which one.
You tell
can
me,
I do,
buddy.
I know this is the hard part.
I just put a wall of boxes in front of you and made one of them a mimic.
I know. Can I roll an investigation check to see if there's like basically what I'm looking for? Because he's told me that this is a living thing. Is any sign of like even the slightest movement on a box in the sense of if it's even taking like the slightest of breath or like possibly moved an inch or like back or you know what I'm saying, like disturbed where it's sitting.
I adore it. Go ahead and roll your investigation check.
Okay, I have a pretty good investigation, but I've been rolling shit today, so like, and I continue to roll shit. That's a 7. I rolled a 2.
Zahl, as you're scrutinizing these shelves, you walk down looking at each object, and it is about 10 feet long, so you kind of make your way down, then you double back and make your way down. The rest of the party, as you're watching, one of the boxes, as Zahl turns his back and begins to make his way, an eye opens and it winks at you.
This is... Wait a second.
Audibly
Can I...
gasp.
Okay, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Mm.
Can I roll perception for Ashi to see that?
Yeah, go ahead. But straight. So
Straight,
give him
yeah,
disadvantage to
absolutely.
counter. Oh, wait, he's an imp.
Absolutely.
He doesn't get an advantage as an imp, does he?
No, I
So
don't-
at disadvantage then for me.
Disadvantage? You got it. I'll just double check that real quick just to make sure.
Because mimic.
Where the heck is Ashi?
And Peach, as you audibly gasp, the show guy kind of goes,
I will lean back over to Salvatore. Do you think it will bite his ass?
I knew it was there the whole time.
So disadvantage you said, right?
She looks
Disadvantage,
so
yeah.
freaking surprised. She's like, Salvatore.
Hmm?
Are you fucking with me
But-
today.
The
but-
prize
but-
is nice.
It's the one.
Oh!
I can't win today. It's Adam can't win. And the worst
Oh
is,
no!
this is so good.
I'm sorry, my friend.
No, it's so good.
Okay. So unfortunately,
his
like
ass.
Ashi is, it's the exact same level of focus that you've got, and so he's gazing at the same thing
Shit.
so intensely that it was when your attention moved away from it that it winked, and you're too busy looking at the other things. It's not that you're not trying here; it's that it waited until you moved on to be a
This is a
jerk
very
one.
sassy bar.
I'm gonna, okay. I think there's a way to do this, which is gonna be funny.
Sickening radiance the room.
Which one is coughing now?
Which one just died?
Which one just died? Jesus.
It can't be much. It's so
Were there
tiny.
rules to this? Just like investigate however you want.
You just need to investigate however you want.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna roll a d60,
Okay.
and that's the one.
And you're
I
gonna
picked.
point at one?
Yep.
Josh, you roll one first.
Okay.
And
okay.
if Adam
yeah,
gets
yeah,
the
yeah.
same number as you.
This is
Oh, I
That's
was gonna,
very
good.
see, what I was gonna do is just I went on a dice roller and I just typed in a d60 because you said there's 60 boxes.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
roll. I'm gonna roll a dice for what it is. Okay.
Okay.
That
Okay.
way we'll see if you match up. So this is a 1 in 60 chance that you've got this.
Do you
on
have a
random.
D60?
I have
I'm-
a D6 and a 10-sided, so I'm just gonna do it off of that.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Works.
Math. The D6.
Math.
Okay. All right. I've got my number.
You got your number?
I've got my number.
I'm gonna hit it. 32.
You dramatically, Zahl, turn and point at this box. and the show guy goes, "No, sorry, mate, that's not it."
Are you sure?
He walks over and jabs it with his finger, and nothing happens. Pretty certain.
All I was thinking now is there's now 59 more options.
All right, anyone else want to try?
Salvatore, do it.
Ah, it seems a bit unfair.
Yes, but there wasn't anything in the rules against it, and we don't know which might win.
And you can see that people are beginning to gather.
I'll walk up, I guess.
Okay.
I would like to play your silly game.
2 silver pieces.
All right. Demi, may I have 2 silver pieces, please?
You may. She
I
pays
just-
for it.
Damn it.
She walks up like a mom at the fair, and it's just like, here you go.
All right, now, while we're doing that, give me 2 seconds, and he pulls the curtain down
Yeah, to
over
redo
the
it.
thing, and he goes bump on the side, and you hear shuffling in the shelves.
Oh, he knocked
Pulls
it
the
out.
thing,
to
and the
move it?
curtain goes back up.
That's
Okay,
hilarious.
which one is it?
It is now like almost dead center, just to the right.
Okay. I just start walking around there and going, Don't all these boxes seem exactly the same? I wonder which one is going to try and eat me. And I do that for like 2 minutes. I don't
definitely
think
standing
this
next
is
to
the
Demi
one.
goes-
This box right here.
He cast the bullshit, didn't he?
Oh, all right. Yeah, well done. And he kind of lifts the cane and kind of gives a gentle poke to the box, and this maw just open and noms down.
Holy
on the end of
Jesus!
the cane.
Oh,
He goes,
yeah.
and he like pulls
Oh,
it off, and
yeah.
it's just hanging at the end of the cane. He goes, "Look at this. You ever
I
seen a
didn't
mimic
know
Nice,
before?"
that's adorable.
It's so
I-
cute.
Get me out of here.
I genuinely want.
Get me out!
What's its name?
Box.
Hi, Box.
Of course.
Can it
Good job,
talk?
Box. He kind of
Horrifying.
pats it, and it attempts to let go of the staff and nab it in his hand, and he kind of
Oh, I
and
want
it
it.
drops,
so
and he
bad.
gets it again with the cane. And then just whatever jabs this, it's a very small, pretty stupid mimic. It just latches onto it. And he's like,
Oh, I love him.
it sucks when the cane's not around, and I got to use my hand. And he like lifts it up, and there are just like scars along his knuckles where he's like had to like poke this thing to keep it from disappearing and put it back up on the shelf.
I need someone to draw a box, thank you.
This is... How many festivals does this guy go to?
He just makes a circuit. He's like a Renaissance fair performer.
I love that.
NPC.
That's so good.
All right, well,
So-
I suppose that means you get a prize then here.
Oh, does it?
Yes. Please.
Good job,
Don't be so
Salvatore.
excited.
Good
Thank
job,
you.
Salvatore.
I did not know that was part of this.
Okay, let me pull up my prize list for you and see what we've got here. So you do see immediately out of the gate, there are the two exact same plushies that were at the other booth, as are the potions. You get the feeling that as you glance around, those are just like common gifts at all of them. At this one, there's also a little pipe that has these like little swirling circles running down the side of it. And there is a little box that is closed.
Is it alive?
It is not. The potions.
Any of that shit magic?
Salvator, the potions are all magic. The box is magic and the pipe is magic.
Does he? If I ask, does he explain what they are to me?
Sure, yeah. He's not about lying to you, so
He doesn't have to.
potions do all random shit. Usually
fine.
little pranky things, change your skill tone, make you grow horns, make your eyes glow, stuff like that. Pipe blows bubbles. Box has a quill in it that never runs out of ink.
You said bubbles?
Yeah.
He wants the bubble instead of the ink.
It'd look real good on a dignified fella like yourself.
I will take your pipe, sir.
He hands you the pipe. You have a bubble pipe. You blow into it, and it doesn't need anything. It just magically produces bubbles.
Salvator, yes!
That was me and Salvatore at war for a minute.
Yeah.
Now I'll imagine it's the Sherlock Holmes.
It's
of, like,
can it be fully Sherlock Holmes like curved?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's definitely. It is literally like 100%. Like that's what it's been. The little tip that curves down like in that saxophone shape, and you just bubbles. And it doesn't seem you can just sit there and blow on it as long as you've got lungs, and it just produces. There's not like huge bubbles. It doesn't like, but just a little array of bubbles, just constantly bubbles.
This is
As long as you've got lungs, that's what Josh just said.
I will
That's
have lungs
a
until I
threat.
die.
That's
Yes.
a full-on
It's just like
threat.
trying to catch the bubbles on their fingers without popping them. They're like trying to snowman of bubbles.
it's so perfect for him. That was entertaining. There's a group over there that I don't know what they're doing, but it's like a crowd.
And actually, as you look over, things have changed a little bit. You now see that this does appear to be an athletics competition. They're all stacking up. So there's these groups. They seem to be teams. And they're all beginning to, like, make little towers from themselves. And they keep, like, it seems to be... Roll a quick investigation check for me. The DC's not high.
The 16.
16? Okay. It seems to be like they're competing to see who can make the tallest tower out of their team.
Oh.
You've got a bunch of halflings who are just straight up standing on each other's shoulders, but it's not enough to account for the Goliaths who have formed a pyramid that are
It's not.
yeah, like there's just this group, and
like
you
40
see like
halflings.
yeah, they're just trying to form the tallest pyramid, and like a group goes tumbling down and crashes into the sand, and like they start again, and
I
it seems like you have to
wonder
hold
what you
it.
win.
Respect.
Salvatore, can you do that thing that you did on the boat? But do it to Peach.
What thing?
That thing where you made me very big.
Could.
If we, wanted to win.
I don't think we have enough people.
Why don't
How
we
many
have
people are on each team?
You've got teams with like 4 people. You've got teams with like 10 people. It doesn't really seem to matter. It seems like a lot of these games are just about stupid shit happening and less about the actual competition.
Gotcha.
Can
Gotcha.
you
Like
Morph
D&D.
someone and enlarge someone
D&D,
else.
yeah.
We have 6 people. If we force Oceanus to defeat the today.
Yes, force. He looks a
Yes.
little excited.
We could do it.
What do you think? Salvatore, you would have to be included. You can't just cast spells.
I'm sorry.
Yes. You're tall.
Well, we
We're
are a
the
bit busy. We
strongest
may
on
come
the-
to this another day.
No. we've got strong people.
All right, fine.
Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
You make your way over to the sand pit, and there's a person standing there who's just kind of like providing loud, boisterous commentary on every group and basically just making fun of them.
That's my job.
Please feel free to join in. But as you approach, you say, "Hey, another group! You coming to join?"
Oh, what do we win if we win?
My respect, and
No, sir.
free drinks and food for the rest of the evening.
Oh,
We're getting near the end. Got about 10 minutes.
sure. Why not?
Yeah, all right. 1 silver piece gets you entry.
Okay. She does it.
All right, have at it. How many you got? 6.
6.
Have fun.
Salvatore?
I make Peach huge.
Just one of them? Can you do it to one person or more than one?
I can only do it to one. It's a concentration thing.
Ah, okay.
Lasts for 10 minutes, so get to
We
it.
got it.
Demi, if you can make someone else an ape, they're tall and we can climb on their back.
Oh.
You guys are the worst.
We definitely are.
Who
Yes.
wants to be slightly a little dumb for a little bit? Who wants to be, free of their mind for a while?
I'm sorry.
I need, a willing creature if you'd like to be a large thing. Would you like to do this as yourself, Salvatore, or
Oh, Shiana's
Oh, if
goes.
there's any way I could not be myself, I would be delighted. Thank you.
if you could not be yourself?
Can you keep me enlarged while being okay?
Yeah.
Doesn't break my concentration.
Okay.
All right, Salvatore. Let's
What am I
go.
becoming?
What are you becoming?
Now, is this a concentration spell to enlarge Peach?
Yes, but it doesn't break concentration if I'm.
An
If you
eight?
polymorph. Yeah.
Just make
That's
sure.
what I asked.
Unless that's a different rule for you.
No, it's fine. I'm just making sure.
Okay.
Realistically,
Hmm.
I need to make it something that I've seen before, and I can make it something I've seen before because it was Morton that showed us what an ape looked like, correct? So I can do that. Okay. Just want to make sure. I will make Salvatore an ape. A giant
A
ape.
giant ape?
A giant ape.
All right, so I take up the whole.
It's not that big a sandpit. So like you guys are given this space near the back left because there's not that many spaces left. And Morton takes up Salvatore. Wow,
That
Salvatore.
hasn't happened in a while.
You brought up Morton, and I was like, I missed
This is the
that.
Morton
This is the
move.
Morton
Missed that
move.
son of a bitch. You take up this entire square now. You've got this Salva ape.
Oh.
Salvatore,
okay, great.
you are the dumbest you've ever been.
I feel so free.
You feel free.
I leave. I go to the ocean.
No. You still have your objectives.
Make an
in
animal
mind.
handling. No, I'm kidding.
But I'm just gonna. Okay then. Well,
Enlarged
let's
Peach.
go ahead. And she's just gonna. I guess
on his
like
back.
what the ape, and then enlarge Peach, and then we'll stack people.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna need each one of you. So you're doing this in a specific order. So, and there is a huge crowd now because a giant ape just showed up, and the commentary guy is like, "Hey, yes, all right, look at that big fella, who'd have thunk?" And they're just going on. But
Crushing his house.
yeah, no. As you're sitting there, Peach, athletics to climb up with any of your benefits that you get.
16.
16. Okay, easy enough.
With advantage if it's strength check for being enlarged.
Oh,
It's still 16. My other one was 2.
Okay, so you are able to get kind of on Salvatore the ape's shoulders, and you are already at the height of any other group as it stands already between the two of you. Like all of them are just like the Goliaths have reassessed and are now trying to stand up and stand on each other's shoulders, which is pretty. They're getting up there. They're doing pretty good, but it's not enough to keep up with a giant ape and an enlarged person standing on each other's shoulders. So a little bit more, and you'll have this as long as you can hold it.
Can I pick up some of the others in my hands and just start moving them up?
Okay, you may. Can I have you make a sleight of hand check as you attempt to place them on top?
A sleight of hand check?
Yeah, as
For
an
an
ape.
Can I
What's
assist?
my monkey stat?
Debbie will go first in case somebody's dropped.
Let me look up giant ape.
And as this is all happening, as Salvatore is kind of looking around and this hand
I was
sweeps
thinking we
towards
could
you,
have
Demi,
why.
there is a moment and you hear from back of oh, it looks like we've got a team joining together then, and the halflings scurry over and you see them engaging with the Goliaths and they begin climbing the Goliath tower in an attempt to compete with
That's
them.
cheating.
Oh, is it?
That's fully
Oh, hey
cheating.
Josh. Hey Josh. Seeing that, I put my hand, one hand on Ophelia, one hand on Oceanus,
And I go, fly on the three of us.
Okay, the three of you.
As
my God.
as Salvatore goes to reach down, one moment, hold on, and she pulls the lyre out and just strums and flies.
Oh, Salvatore, you go to grab. Are you? What's your response to that?
Hang on.
God.
Still
Full
puts you up
cake
there.
song.
You just
Yeah.
float.
You see as the three like whip into the air. Sean?
Never mind. Tongues doesn't last for it lasts an hour, so it would have been off by now. I
Oh,
can't
good.
still talk.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be funny.
Pick you up now.
I'm gonna like put an arm on Peach, and once everyone's off the ground, I'm just gonna start jumping.
Oh my god! Okay, I need everybody to make dexterity saving throws for me as Salvatore stands up and starts going. Oof, oof. Now,
We have to.
Well, they're all
protect
flying.
it.
oh,
They're all flying.
they're all flying. So
Yeah.
I will say, you have to
glide.
set down to make the tower. It has to be
Yes,
one.
while they're flying up, I just start jumping.
Okay. So
They're basically crushing our feet.
Trying to knock everybody else over, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're trying to knock on the
yeah.
other team.
So they're flying. I'm still gonna say, like, as you jump, it's not perfect coordination. So those flying,
totally fine.
dexterity saving throws with advantage. Peach, straight dexterity saving throw for me to stay on top of your
Oh,
salvo.
ooh,
There's
that's
a
good.
chance. This is bad.
24.
Dexterity. 22.
24, 22.
Do we have to roll for the NPCs?
Oh, I can roll for the NPCs.
Yeah, they have stats.
Is it a saving throw?
God damn it, they both rolled amazingly too.
Saving throw or
Saving
check?
throw.
Okay, cool. 15.
15? Okay. You all managed to, like, kind of go up and down with Salvatore. You didn't see it coming, but as he starts to do it, you're like, oh, shit! As he starts to bounce. Salvatore, make an unarmed attack for me. You're attempting to, like,
Okay.
shake the ground, right? To knock over the other one?
My unarmed attacks are a +9 to hit, and they do 3d10 damage right now.
Okay, never mind. I take that back. You're just jumping up and down. Make an athletics check for me, okay? I want to see how big this... Never mind.
I've murdered the entire.
I'll kill everyone in this town.
I was doing it more for the landing to see how effective it is.
I gotcha.
I wasn't gonna have you roll damage.
The idea of a fucking monkey doing an unarmed attack, like ground pounding, like Donkey Kong.
I can take a picture if you want.
You
Is it a nat
rolled
20?
I rolled a natural 20. So it's a 29.
Okay. You see the governor goes, hold on, what's this? It looks like we've got a little disturbance here. And the monkey ape Salvatore up into the air, boom, in one huge stomp as you hit the ground. Natural 20.
Yeah.
The one competition you have remotely is the Goliath Halfling Pillar, who's joined forces. I'm going to make them roll with disadvantage as a group, okay? To see if they can maintain against this nat 20.
Sean.
They critically failed!
Yeah!
We're getting that respect and free food.
Yeah, we are.
So Salvatore,
Respect on our name.
as you like bounce, you quite literally see like the bottom group attempt to like mitigate and jump a little bit, and the sand kind of goes up and shifts in this almost like a little bit of a sound wave motion because it's loose sand, and they lose their footing as it's kind of soft and weird, and they tumble sideways, and everything comes tumbling down. And as they go
all
crashing down,
nightmares.
you hear the whistle go. I just whistled. I'm sorry, you can't hear me. The whistle go as they call it, and you guys are crowned the victors.
Yeah.
Oh, we should get off of him so I can. We should get off of him so we can make him
Everyone's like,
again.
oh shit!
I get immediately aggressive.
Picking up sand and just.
Demi drops the spell as soon as people start freaking out.
Peach, as the spell drops, boom!
I don't want
Yeah, you were able to not land on Salvatore, but you like hit the ground and tumble backwards.
just booty bounce on top of Salvatore.
All right, you guys have won the tallest tower competition, which means you can make a group selection from the gifts, or you can get everybody. I will allow. It's either you can make one pick from like the fancy gifts, or everybody may pick one of the colored potions. Each person gets one.
What are
Oh,
the
We go
fancy
fancy.
gifts? Though?
We
what are the
like
fancies?
Fancy
But
gifts.
what would
Again,
like to see
there are
what
the
they are?
plushies. For shits and giggles, I'm going to throw the strange rapier is out there. The pen in the box is out there as well. And the
Strange rapier?
Yes, this was one that Peach saw earlier.
Gotcha.
What is it? Can we ask the guy what it is?
Yeah, so it looks real, and he kind of hits it against his hand, and it does ting like metal and looks sturdy. But he goes, but watch this. And he takes it, and he makes a stab attack against somebody standing next to him, and goes, ah! And it bends as it hits them off to the side.
That's funny.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
It's just like.
Yep, it's just, it's
Fantastic.
only when you stab with it, it bends, hi, everybody, Inventory Raiders.
Hello.
And just, as you stab with it, the blade just point off to the side. But when it's swinging, there's no flex to it beyond what a normal rapier would have. That slight.
Give it to Ophelia.
It's awful.
Is that
It's a
so
great
real?
prank.
Autofill is here though.
Other items.
True.
Yeah,
She
what
was
is it?
no.
There is a small locket that he points out and he says, so you tell that the time, and then it will sing you an alarm. Like in the morning, you just tell it what time you want it to go off.
It's an alarm
It starts.
clock.
It's pretty obnoxious, but it does the trick. And then,
I don't need that, but if anybody else.
and then he points at the last thing, which is this tiny little. Actually, it's like Salvator ape, but it's this little tin ape with these feet and this little turning thing on the end of it. And if you wind it up, it stomps across the table, and he kind of winds it up and lets it go, and it just kind of topples off the edge. But as it falls and hits the ground on its side, it turns itself back up and keeps walking in a straight line, and he kind of fishes up after it and grabs it, puts it back.
Interesting.
So cute.
Anyone have any thoughts?
Thoughts?
Just curious puzzle indeed.
You're happy with
Again,
yours
trying
then.
to balance the bubbles like a snowman on their finger as they.
I'm fine with any of these. I'm also fine with the potions idea.
That's true. I also that locket's cool.
It is very nice. Does anyone have trouble waking up in the morning?
Oh, Demi says.
Telling
the one
what
with
time
keen
it is?
mind, yeah.
Yeah, the one with keen mind's like, not me. Is
So the
anyone other
potion
than me?
colors, just so you know, are blue, red, green, purple, yellow, and orange. And they are like neon.
We could all get different ones.
We could all get different ones.
We could all
could
get
all get
different
different
potions.
ones.
That does sound fun.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Okay, let's do the potions.
Mine is obviously blue.
I'm going green.
Yes. Odophilia red?
Sure. Oh God.
Dead silent. Dead silent.
Peach and Salvador are just like playing with the pipe and not paying attention.
There really is no end to it.
Double snowmen.
What are the other colors?
So you've got blue, red, green, purple, yellow, and orange are your colors. And each, as you pick them up, inscribed in the glass, like etched in it, as this little sort of like protrusion, it says Pickles Prank Potions.
Nice.
And somewhere a goblin
Pickle,
pirate made by amazing Matt Crail goes, yes!
Pickle, yeah.
Sorry, Matt, I
gotcha.
named something after your character. I
It's
didn't
very
ask
good.
you. I just
I'm
did.
sure he won't mind.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Why do all these potions smell so briny?
Each one has 2 doses.
Okay, I will take orange, I guess.
Orange, you
And
glad
no
to
one
see me?
speaks yellow.
In my mind, they
Yellow
look like,
or purple?
in my mind, they look like those little hugs.
Oh yeah, the
Barrel
hug.
thing?
Yeah,
barrel
sure.
thing?
That's what they
You,
look like.
Poke the hole in and drink it.
Yeah, that's it. 100%.
Tiki.
And that lives. Oceanus has the yellow one.
Oh man, I should get some of those.
Okay.
Honestly,
They're good.
same.
I'm an adult now. I have money.
That's really funny. Okay. You've
my
got
God.
your potions. How do you proceed, party?
Where are we getting our free
uncorks
dinner?
theirs and goes.
Down the hatch.
Oh,
Okay, does everybody take it?
oh,
I take one dose of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take one dose.
Okay.
He's a party
Who
now.
has blue?
I do.
Demi. Of course she does. Demi,
Yeah.
as you chug this down, you're like, it doesn't taste bad. It's a little sweet, pretty pleasant. And as you finish it, blue smoke begins to pour from your nose and just waft up past your head, and it doesn't stop. Red,
You
Odophilia.
look ridiculous.
She pulls out the fan that does gust and just doesn't activate it, but is like,
Oh my!
There's just this like stream of blue smoke coming out of your nose. So as Odophilia downs the red one, she goes, I don't feel anything. And she scratches the side of her head, and tiny red wings sprout out of the side of her head and kind of flap like this. And she doesn't seem to notice that they're there for a moment until it like flicks forward and she goes, oh! And there's just wings kind of hanging from the top of her head. Green.
Can she fly?
That's me.
She tries. It doesn't seem to let her fly.
Oh.
Damn it.
Green. Zal?
Me.
Okay.
Yep.
This is so fitting! Zahl, as you take this, again,
Yeah.
sweet, tastes nice, and you go, I'm fine. And as you go, I'm fine, your tongue rolls out of your mouth. It is now a foot long.
a foot long snake tongue.
Is it
Hell
forked?
yeah.
Is
I
it-
got a forked. Do I have a forked snake tongue right now? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I'm
There's
here
just
for
this
this. Got the
long
fangs and
snake
everything.
tongue
Like,
hanging from your mouth. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Put
pretty...
your tongue up. That people walk on this. Oh god.
Yeah.
I'm not licking the ground.
It's just down to like...
I'm kidding.
What? God, 6 foot.
Purple was peach.
Mm.
Okay, you drink yours, down it, and as you're kind of standing there, you look around for a moment, and then everything begins to glow this neon purple color. And as everyone looks at you, your eyes go purple, like they're just radiating neon purple like
got so
headlights.
excited.
As you look around, like you cast your gaze, and Salvator, there are these like eye headlights of purple beams of light like across your chest.
I start to drink mine. I'm like,
Well, do they now? And
Real
she,
quick though, you 100% got psilocybin. You 100% just got psilocybin.
Now, Salvatore,
God.
you were yellow, right?
I was orange.
that's yeah. Yellow is Oceanus.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Ocean. Okay, so Oceanus, as he downs
Oh,
his,
God.
he goes, I'm not seeing it, but there are two huge yellow horns spouting from his temples just off like this, out of the side. And finally, Orange.
Oh, Jesus.
Orange is very interesting on
You
Salvatore.
are vacuumed. into
And
another
really
dimension.
interesting on Sean, because what Orange does is it turns your hair ginger. However, Salvatore isn't.
God, is he an orange dragon?
His scales from like here back turn bright orange in this like fan that runs down his shoulder.
This is my fantasy escape time, Josh. You can't do this.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. It was random.
You're a ginger no matter what you say.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm sorry, Sean.
He just has this weird discolored.
Yeah, he's got this weird orange ginger hair. I'm so sorry.
That's very
Oh,
weird.
God, this is so good.
That's very weird.
Demi's just standing there with the fan in front of her face.
I feel like
It's just two
Peach's
trousers.
eyes-
Just smoke.
Peach's eyes are just going to every single person in the group, like,
You all look ridiculous. How embarrassing.
Dolph's
Demi,
just rolling his tongue
James
repeatedly.
water, so it's like a reflective surface, so that Salvatore can see himself.
You all look completely outrageous.
Zahl, I also feel like Zahl's definitely dislocated his jaw like he does when he snake stuff and just puts the tongue back in and is like, I'm fine.
It's like folded up, yo.
Oh,
I'm fine.
Oh,
this is a wonderful bonding experience for our teams. Now remember, everybody knows what color you got, so if you prank someone, we're aware.
Demi, you could use
Shit.
yours as like a flare at some point.
I'm sorry?
A flare. No, like if you need to be seen by everyone.
Ah,
and you're in a different
smoke
place.
signals.
FLARE.
or interesting effect.
Or
of
we
saying-
use, we can
Yeah.
use these if we need to target someone.
Adam.
He's a foot long tongue. It's just hard to talk with.
I know I might have nudged for the potions a little bit, but I'm like, these are too good not to.
Oh god, they're good.
Listen, all we have to do
Uh-huh.
is just put this into somebody's
I wonder
drink.
how long this is going to last.
So
I wonder
3
if
days.
Wings on Cornelia's head would help if Ashi could fly using those.
Oh, tiny?
I think it already fine.
He can as an... Oh, I didn't know that. Never mind.
She kind of lands on your head. Looks down,
I'm
gets
down.
blinded by purple headlights, and goes, ah!
How long does
Like a
this
lighthouse.
last?
You're not certain, but as the evening proceeds, you're starting to look around you. And sorry, guys, we'll get to a break here in a minute so everyone can do their thing. But as you're looking around, things are heading away from like the carnival games as the evening begins to set in. More folks pulling out food, beginning to eat. There's tables, there's vendors selling food in the space. You hear music striking up in various locations. As you kind of begin to head into the evening. But it seems like the kind of booth games that require proper light are beginning to kind of shut down a little bit.
Demi, you should play on a show.
Right, as soon as this goes away.
This would draw the crowd.
I'm not going to sing looking like this. I do have a name to, reputation. I was working on that.
Pretty dope. I'm not gonna.
I was working on it.
very
It
good.
really was. I am still a bard.
Fucking
Very good.
I am still a performer.
So, if you're just going to wait this out, it does last a whole hour.
We go eat. We go eat.
You go eat.
I
Okay,
bite-
okay.
I bite my tongue so many times.
It's that after credit scene from Avengers where they're all getting
Yeah,
coma,
where they're
but just like with smoke coming from the nose and beaming out.
A giant
the elf
dragon
with
rolled
horns.
onto the table.
A ginger dragon.
No
boy.
one's saying anything. We're just eating.
No one says anything.
Ba, ba, ba,
Oh my god.
You're able to successfully. There's a lot of carnival food here. Again, turkey legs, a lot of grilled meats, and all that jazz. There's some really good corn with like lathered in butter and like pepper and chives and stuff. It's pretty good.
You just spoke my language.
I'm hungry.
Oh no.
There we go.
How long has the food been sitting next to you?
About 15 minutes.
It's a great time to take a break.
Do we want to call a break here, my friends? And
While we eat.
Yeah,
While we dinner eat.
We'll dinner eat, and we will be right back to, I
10
don't know what
minutes.
these guys are going to do, but we'll be back in 10. Audience, remember, exclamation point win to get yourself in that skull splitter giveaway. It's going to be drawn at the end of the month. Followers get 1 entry, subscribers get 2. It's for a mug filled with 100 dice, approximately. So please,
Lasso dice.
get in
So
on
many.
that, and we will be back soon. Bye.
Bye. Give me a second.
Josh,
Hi,
don't drink pink
everybody.
water.
Hello.
I did not. Hey, everyone, welcome back. We're back from our 5-minute break where I didn't nearly die.
It was very impressive.
It was.
I'm
Yeah,
good
wow.
at eat. I can eat like a grown adult. Hey, okay, so let's get back into the game and not talk about my insufficiencies. We were all. I'm teasing. Is joke.
His joke.
The evening is beginning to set in. The party has found some food and spent some time letting their magical potions wear off. They still all have another dose available to them for the future of their pickles potions, prank potions. Again, you see little bands, little groups as music begins to strike up in various locations. Merriment dancing in various spots as well. Food stalls, little light displays where you can see some kids running around with these little sticks that sparkle at the end of them. How do you proceed?
So cute.
We attack the children and take their sticks.
You get it. Okay, roll it.
Clearly.
Roll initiative. These
Make me a
children-
monkey.
I think for the rest of the night, Zahl
Make
is
me a
100%.
monkey.
I think Zahl is just 100% like just drinking and trying to get in drinking competitions like he usually does. See if he can make some extra money on the side, and then
Roll some deception for me.
oh god,
Now we do get in a fight.
No killing it.
no, I'm fine. Don't worry.
Zahl's
Is there a
got
game
this.
for bar fighting?
Pretty good. And I'm proficient in fighting now.
You found the bar
Magic
fighting
hands.
game.
24. Yeah, 24.
Okay. None the wiser. As you kind of come away, you go from table to table. There are plenty of drinking competitions to be found throughout the town. It's all lit up by like these posts with lanterns strung from them. And as the sun begins to set properly, there's kind of this orange glow that suffuses all the streets, filling up kind of the town around you. So everything's pretty well lit in the main areas and furrow-throughs. Picnic
Places
benches
like-
set up all over the place for folks to stop. Plenty of little like beer stands on the side of the stalls. And there's no issue with open containers of alcohol because it's a civilized place.
Hell yeah.
Weird.
Making
Just wearing
those.
a glove.
I like
That
to
was
Making
a-
those
Let's
gloves.
I love
That
this.
is a full.
Places of society like Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
But yeah, that's
all
I think
that
that's
class
all
with all those drunk people.
I don't think we have really anything else to take care of. I think yeah, Zahl's gonna do that. I don't know if there's anything crazy going on. He'll hang around, but he's probably in the bed.
Folks are generous with their betting in the festival. So I'm gonna say you come away with
Betting.
betting. I'm gonna say you come away with 5 gold pieces off that. So, what did you? Do you think I said
I
betting?
heard betting. I was like, whoa.
Oh no.
I mean, that's up to Zahl.
People are so generous with their beds.
We're going to literally halfway across the country tomorrow. I'm good.
That's valid.
Jet
Yeah, you
lag.
can't sleep
I don't
in. We
want- I
didn't
don't-
get that locket.
Yeah,
No.
you're smart, dude. You're smart. That's the
Listen,
most
I
mature
understand
thing
that.
Zahl has ever said. Honestly,
I can't go
I
do
gotta
that.
be up early for a flight tomorrow. I can't.
I got a flight tomorrow.
I gotta teleport tomorrow.
Zahl's
I can't have a
growing.
one night
I got a flight
stand.
Man.
tomorrow. I don't want to be out of my element.
Yeah.
you know?
You want to be there. You want to be.
Yeah, and
Tuned
also because when we get to the city, I got to play it.
Oh, good. Never mind.
Never mind.
Nice.
Okay.
Zahl, you successfully do so.
Peach will ask Odophilia if there's something she'd like to do. They'll kind of peel off from the group and say that they'll meet them back at the dry dock.
Sure. I have something in mind. I don't know why she had that accent there for a second. I apologize. I'm a mess. I nearly died.
Peach, I'd love to go on a date with you.
Top of the morning to you, Peach.
This is what I've really sounded like the whole time.
Oh my god.
It's a new rogue ability.
That's thieves can't.
Wandering accents.
Yeah,
Tongue.
she takes you out to the dance floor. For sure. One of many dance floors. Just picks one at random where the music is lively. No slow dancing, more of a jig. And
Perfect.
asks you to dance.
They absolutely do.
and you dance, and dance, and dance, and dance, and dance. And dab.
I
That
didn't
too, I guess.
realize that's what I did.
I may not know what the movie was and just assumed it was a dab. Okay.
Demi pulls Oceanus when they separate, when everybody starts doing their own thing, pulls Oceanus away from crowds, back towards ship. Quiet night.
Got the look of gratefulness on his
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, she's like, we're done now.
He's like, oh, she gets me.
Yeah. Yeah. She takes him. They go back to the ship, sit in the crow's nest, watch the stars. Just casual stuff.
Okay. Salvator.
We all split up.
Agris goes, care to dance?
You don't have arms.
It was a joke.
Ah, yes, I see.
Poor baby.
Not good at those. He will literally just go back to the inn.
Okay.
He's like, all right, we're done here. I'll wait till tomorrow morning.
All right.
Starts readying spells tomorrow.
You complete your dancing, your moonlit walk, your return and spell preparing, and your deceiving people into or out of their gold for drink, and are able to turn in for the night, all receiving a well-deserved long rest.
Yeah.
You trying to get a level up out of that?
No, I didn't say anything.
The emotional growth that we got.
You
The emotional
feel
growth.
a whole day wiser.
Listen,
Mathematically, it means
that was some good
nothing.
team building.
Literally, we built a team. Like, we built a tower.
We did.
We built a whole tower of people.
We built this city
You did fantastic,
On rock and roll.
guys. You were
on
so
rock
good.
and also
10 out of
roll.
10.
On Salvatore.
On
Yeah.
Salvatore.
I did it. It was me.
Salvatore.
Yeah.
We built this city.
All right. We wake up.
Good morning, everybody. It's morning. You're up. What are you doing, party?
Um,
To the sound.
Yeah. While
Drawing a circle.
Salvatore's is that happening in Salvatore's room where he's drawing a circle?
No,
Where's
it's
that?
happening out in the tavern.
Oh.
Is it really?
Yes.
I love fucking that. Okay, cool.
Good morning, and you just come on to me dry.
Oh, we haven't even eaten yet. Do you want to go this early?
Demi
Yes.
looks at Mac. Did he
Okay.
ask?
I wanted to go yesterday.
Did he ask?
Get it.
People do weird shit like that all the time. Just
Okay.
let him have it.
All right.
Do they really? Turn to look interested in someone else teleporting away in this building.
You get the feeling it's more like as she like gestures at the walls. There's like people have just carved. You know when you go to a college bar,
Yeah.
people written on them. It's fucking everywhere. There's just like
Matt and Sarah forever.
yeah, it's all that kind of shit. She was just like, sure, floor, I guess.
Okay. Sure, why not?
I'm an art student.
I really like the idea that this leaves a residual burn mark on the floor when you leave, though, and from here on out,
I
there
fully
is
expect it to.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
absolutely a teleportation pentagram burnt into the floor of the.
That's kind
dry
of
dock.
dope.
That is
That's
cool.
kind of sick. It's like some sick
Not if you own this
detail.
place.
How crowded is the space currently?
It's about the same as yesterday, which is pretty crowded. There's
Okay.
enough to get because it's a huge warehouse. There's enough for Salvatore to have kind of found a space between some tables, and he just kind of nudged aside.
Also, if someone comes close, I shout at them.
He definitely
like a
did a lot of
crazy
shouting. Yeah, Valen.
That's how we woke up.
Hey!
Muffled shuffle, muffled shouting from the other.
Make some room!
So I imagine that someone probably ought to message the king, maybe, if we're showing up at that teleportation circle.
Symbol
Cast-
here, look at
Right.
I don't think we have
symbol
time.
I
don't
take back
think we have time.
Salvatore telling me that I will be doing that.
I didn't
Ah.
prepare today.
They put a
Okay.
plate of food arrives and is set on like a bench by Salvatore for you all to eat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Wonderful. I'll do that then.
And before you do that, Demi,
Yes.
I wanted to ask everyone their voice is low as it can possibly be.
Roll a stealth check for me.
Hey, Josh, can you roll my dailies?
Of course.
Oh shit! I rolled a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Josh?
I did not roll a natural 20, but a 4 and a 16.
That's good.
Ooh,
Very good.
Not bad.
So
that's very
natural
good.
20 for
Good for you.
Okay, Peach is so stealthy it takes you a minute to register that they're addressing you, but when
Oh.
you get connected, you feel sufficiently sneaky, Peach.
Perfect. So how would we feel given that we have a lot to do and a lot to decide. How would we feel about asking the king for support and maybe heading to those objects in the Tillenvolt Peninsula if we were to help with Monmerg? If we were to assist in that fight, perhaps having some sort of backup heading to the peninsula?
We were hoping to fill him in on what we'd learned anyway, so I think that's a good plan.
Yeah,
If
I'm
you,
fine with
if you
it.
want to suggest that?
Sound reason.
Yes. I think I would I would enjoy possibly blowing the hole into the side of an island that Karen's on. That would be nice.
Right.
Well, is there, but
Oh,
I get it.
that is whatever is there.
You know something's there.
Yeah.
Something's there that he wants. I'd like to take it.
Did we tell him to meet us in Seaton or in Salt Marsh in a few
I was
days?
about to say that.
You can retroactively.
I assume that Oceanus came downstairs around the same time as they all did, and she let them know.
So he's staying with the ship. Odophilia's ship here, ship here, ship here.
Ship, I think. I think we're just letting all the NPCs
If it's
stay.
gonna sail, probably best
Yeah.
to have Ophelia in the ship.
Best to have all of them there.
Peach will just hug her goodbye and say, "Thank you for a lovely date, Ophelia."
She gives you a little kiss on the cheek. Stay safe, okay?
You do the same.
That was very cute. Demi's a little shit, so Oceanus doesn't like. I don't think likes PDA. I don't know, but she absolutely does the same sort of thing while they're all standing, making this like everybody in the tavern is looking at Salvator draw this thing, and he goes to leave. She kisses him.
And he like kisses you back, and then goes like, afterwards, it all comes crashing back in. And
Yeah. You're dismissed.
Zahl,
turns
100%
around and
right.
walks out of the bar.
Range triangle over here.
Zahl goes, we're talking about this later.
Sure. The difference
Okay.
between we'll talk about this later. No, we'll talk about this later. Sure.
Yeah.
Salvatore completes his
Character
spell,
progression.
and it is time, my friends, to jump through to Neil Draw.
Yes.
I would like to say she does take a moment to do the message to the king to let them know that they're going.
Okay, you go.
Since
Hey,
we
we're
have
on
the
our
time
way.
to draw. Yeah, essentially. She's like, "Hi, we have updates, so we'll be there in." He looks like he's done now. Yeah, she's
Good. Sufficient.
and then
warning.
she signs it with her full name and title.
So,
Captain Demi Walters.
Salvatore, your teleportation magic once again successfully goes off, and you find
Hey, look
yourself
at that.
jumping over to Neil Draw. And my friends, we have a new map for Neil.
Yes!
Oh,
What?
I've been working very hard.
Yes!
Oh!
Neil Draw map.
This is the
Whoa.
biggest thing I've ever made.
Oh my god!
Yo!
Good,
Jesus, Josh.
Yo!
That's
Look at that
insanity.
lion!
Oh my god!
Lion.
Oh
Look at
my
that.
god!
Hey.
Did you import this lion, or is that like?
Oh my
No,
God,
I
what is
constructed that from pieces. I had to like flatten
Oh
it and
my
draw
God,
in
that's so
like
good.
portions. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Dude.
I've
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a
Everyone be
nightmare.
jealous.
my mind is
Hey,
like
let's zoom in on this
RGM.
lion real quick. What the fuck?
Oh, so good.
lots of little
Guys.
secrets. sometimes.
It is
Holy
everything.
shit.
I completed it and I went, yes.
That's not
Ah,
fair.
shit. Greyhawks next.
Why?
I mean,
no,
just
no,
so we
no,
have it.
no.
No, I'm good.
Yeah, yeah,
Thanks.
cool, cool,
Thank
cool.
you. I'm all set. Thank you.
Yeah, well, there's Neil Draw, my friends.
Oh,
Dude,
So
my
again,
God.
just really quick, you're arriving in the castle, which is up on the crest here
Yeah.
on the
18.
cliff. Okay, so that's
Where's
8.
the dragon mark? Is it
The
this
dragon
part?
mark is down
7.
here. That's
Yeah.
7.
Yeah. Oh, that's
And
so
the
good.
catacombs
Oh my
is over
God.
here on 8.
dude.
Fucking
Ooh.
flawless.
God, this thing is so.
You will see other spots that weren't directly marked where the Gobbly Inn is over by the dragon mark here. You have Herbert's is right along here. our friend Shek is up in here.
Oh,
And then the tower
nice.
is up here.
Tower is up top.
Two.
Okay.
Yeah, up
Oh my
over
God, this
in
is so
Fedor's
cool.
side.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh my God.
There's all kinds of little secrets in
This is so cool.
It's so pretty.
Guys, there's secrets. Look for them.
I'm literally just exploring
Yeah.
this.
This is gonna be
I need
hours
you to know.
after session. It's just gonna be us being like, "What the fuck is that thing?"
Oh fuck! I see a tiny little house inside of another tiny little house.
I like this house. This one that has like the circular roof thing. That looks
Yeah.
fun. What's that? What the fuck is that?
It's a library.
There's a
Lesser
waterfall by the
It's
catacombs.
no
You know
catacombs
that's a
library,
Batman.
but it's a library.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I got
There's
super curious
100%
about
a
the.
Batman.
I don't know how to pronounce
There's
it.
an island? Wait,
Oh,
guys, there's an
cool.
island. We know how important those are.
They always have a teleportation
He
circle.
wouldn't
guys.
have put one there if it wasn't important.
Listen. That might be our second. That might be our vacation home.
There does look like a little public beach or something here, which is very cute.
Yep, they have
Oh
those
my
little
God.
public beach.
I can't
Okay,
get over
okay,
this.
okay,
This is the
okay,
rest
guys.
of my life.
This is
We're in
amazing.
Palace.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I
Right.
am basking in
okay.
you guys enjoying this. I spent way too much
This
time
was our
on it.
Josh
I'm,
appreciation.
I'm happy to just be like,
This is now a
Take
Josh
it in.
appreciation thread.
oh, okay. Well, if that's
Here we
it,
go, here
then
we go.
time to start role playing again. Hey, you guys step from Salvator's magical teleportation onto the existing teleportation circle within the eastern wing of Castle Scody. As you glance around, the room's been tidied up a little bit. Last time you teleported in here, they hadn't really expected it. You had given a warning, but they hadn't cleaned up. It hadn't been used in forever. Now they've actually pulled
Now they
the-
know I bartend whenever
yeah,
I
then
leave.
whatever you want. They're like, okay, well, this has to look a little bit nicer. We've got esteemed guests. So they've taken the dust covers off of all the little bit of furniture. There's a few little sitting spots there. And you do actually see two guards standing at the door in the green and gold of Kyoland, their mouths just hanging wide open. As they've never seen this before. And they look at each other.
Heroes of the Black Isle.
Welcome to Kyoland. And one of them like walks out the door, and like you hear, "Welcome to Kyoland."
They put like the new guys here in the
Kyoland
never
is the
happens.
perfect town.
Never happens.
That's how they troll the new guys. They're like, "This will be hysterical."
You
I'm like,
you hear as one of them like calls down the hallway, says, "Hey, some people arrived," and they
Some
go,
people?
"Somewhat," and heroes of the Black Ops, and then you hear. Yes, I know they're coming, and like you can hear the king like turning the corner and coming in your
Sorry.
direction now in a like I guess drop everything to come greet you all. But
This is
Last
correct.
time-
yeah, this is the accurate way for him to
This
behave,
is correct.
obviously.
It's the best.
A moment later, the doors are swung open, the same guard steps in, and Scody follows suit.
Peach will bow.
Happy Rich Fest. And she just
Oh, happy Rich
It's all
Fest.
about.
Your Grace.
Yes. Oh, Salvator,
Hello.
Captain Demi, Zahl, Peach. Good to see you all!
Hello.
I was not expecting you. I thought you were down south in Fairwind.
We were. Have you received updates from the admirals? I'm sure.
The conflict went well. They were moving towards Monmouth. You were
Yes.
peeling away for some time. Is that correct?
We went back to Seaton to start ship repairs and things of that nature, and we came here to update you on the other thing you had us looking into.
Well, before all of that,
Yes.
fantastic work, all of you.
Thank you for our ship.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, least I could do, given what you've done for us. Good God, your count of enemy vessels is astronomical, and genuinely, we could not have managed this without you.
He just straight up gave us a kill count. Like he's
Yeah.
It was Josh going through how many you'd killed in his head, and like, holy fuck!
It's really
And it
true.
seeped into the
But I
play.
just love the
Yeah.
fact he's like, your kill count is fucking astronomical. So here's your kill streak reward. Like,
Reward is your boat.
yeah.
Blood in your trail is nothing to be laughed at.
Sorry, guys, I didn't mean it in that way. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
it's
It
yeah.
was,
bad.
it was
I
honestly
love it
really
either
good.
way.
It was really good, honestly.
Knowing what we know about death, though, it's like a. Oh, yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah.
We did-
Hey, and he
Anyways.
meant vessels sunk. So
I-
Oh, yeah.
You know, some of them were ghosts
All
that
of
you killed
people.
anyway.
No one dies in a sunk ship.
That's how ships work.
Stop, all of you. Well, I mean, I would love to hear more from you all. You mentioned that you have further information regarding our mutual enemy. And I assume you would have business in the city as well, but just remember that the castle is open to you. If you need quarters, let me know.
Of course.
Wonderful.
We'll see how quickly we can finish our business and possibly take you up on that.
Excellent.
Is there somewhere we should speak?
Yes, let's...
Oh,
I
and is there a way
sent
to get Mavinon?
Mavinon? Well, I sent for Kirik to close up the room this time.
Oh.
I've had him working on some things. But, yes, I can send for him. It may take him some time to get here if you need him.
I personally need him, and I figure he will want to be updated as well.
And as a reminder, they indicated 2 people.
Yeah.
And they indicated 2 people. They don't know the spell sets of
That
these
they
individuals.
might,
Just
yeah.
They're powerful enough to. So I don't want to... I apologize if I misset that expectation, but...
No, you're good. I mean, I figured he was going to be here anyway,
Gotcha.
because
He doesn't live here. He lives
likes
in
to be
reception.
updated. Well, yeah, but he likes to be informed about all this.
Yes,
Plus, he got us out of trouble that one time, and I feel we should bring him back.
100% true.
All right. He kind of says, that's all. We go to the catacombs and retrieve him ourselves. We could meet him there, which is your preference.
You're the king, so whichever you feel is fine.
We'll have him come to the castle.
Thank you.
Splendid.
All right. He leads you down, and this is becoming a familiar sitting room to you all. You've met here before with the big desk, all the paperwork. You see maps, you see scrawlings and scribblings all over the place. A few runners are sent. Kirik does arrive and kind of
As the runners are
glances.
sent, I will also leave and say, forgive me, my liege. I figure you all can take care of business without me being present. I will take care of something in town, and I will be back in a bit.
Salvator
Not
had a personal thing he needed to do.
I should be back with plenty of time when Mavis.
No obligation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Salvatore steps out. Now, he steps in. Kirk kind of looks around, not sure if he needs to seal the room yet. As the runners are sent, I assume you want to wait for Mavinon. So I will ask Sean, where do you have Salvatore going, my friend?
He catches to the runners, and he says, don't worry yourself getting Mavinon. I will reach him myself.
Okay.
And I
Roll
brush them aside.
Roll persuasion really quick because this is counterintuitive
16.
to the king's order. 16.
Plus 5.
Okay. He's just seen you. It's weird. You saw this moment coming and you were fucking ready for it.
I have a plan.
As this kind of this runner kind of staggers for a moment, is like, "What?" And then he did see you engage with the king.
Yes.
And says, all right, okay." And he kind of goes and takes up a position, waiting by the door in case he's needed for another running job.
Okay.
Salvatore.
I will head to the catacombs.
Okay, so, party, you know that it takes time to get to the catacombs, runner or not, so you are essentially chilling out. Some drinks are brought in. Small talk. We'll say, if you would like, this time can be spent pretty easily updating the king on your perspective regarding the war conflict, leaving the more intricate and problematic details that require a little more subterfuge until your other kind of compatriots join you. Does that make sense?
Could Demi also in this time, I mean, Kirik is still there, correct?
Kirik is there, yeah. He's just kind of... You remember this. He's just wearing an apron and armor, but he's constantly around the king. And he's in the king's colors, but it's fairly... There are hints of like a military uniform underneath it, but it's not well kept. It's not pressed like you see the other guards. He's kind of like a kingsman. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When we get to the point of in the war conflict story of rescuing the Lila, she'll Yes, and she'll kind of fill them in on what happened, like because the room's not sealed yet, but essentially just like the
You
thing.
can't ask them to seal it if you want to.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
While we wait.
At this point, Carrick will begin preparing and then casting the spell.
Okay. So, and she fills them in about like what they know about the thing that had Lila and what the other clerics said about her legs. And I know that would be a personal, a thing on my account, but they indicated that and she'll look at Carrick. You had someone in your service that might be able to have access to that level of magic?
You see as the king kind of turns to Carrick, who's just kind of leaning against the wall, and he's got a piece of like straw in his mouth that he's just kind of been
Love
chewing
him.
on. Well, Carrick, and it's sort of a hand off, as in the king doesn't feel it's his space to answer this question, and you start to get the feeling that there is a little bit more of a companionship rather than a hierarchy between these two. Between that engagement. Kurt kind of leans away from the wall, steps forward. I might be able to do some magic with that, eh? Regenerative, you say, eh?
Yes.
We've done the sorts before. No promises, and we need to get me to her or her to me. With the promise that I could be back here. Got duties.
Yes.
Kitchen needs to be run.
Yes. If it's possible, we'd have to figure out exactly how, if you can't be far from here. I don't know if you're aware, Your Grace, and she'll turn, or both of them, but we were unable to secure a teleportation circle in Seaton. Are you aware of any?
No, we are not. And again, he looks at caricatures. That's completely out of his zone of,
okay.
And the king is kind of like, not that our agents have been aware of. Again, the fact that you report having found one in Saltmarsh is mind-blowing to us. The few that we know of sit in places of power across the continent. Greyhawk, ID, so on and so forth. Again, I'm sure there are ones that others are sitting upon that we're not aware of, but the smaller cities, Seaton was a village. Like Saltmarsh, not 60 years ago.
Yes.
And now there's one in Saltmarsh, which just makes next to no sense to us.
So, realistically, how long could you be away from the capital, or would she has not woken, so I don't know the safest way for them to get her to you.
Carrick and the king kind of share a glance at this point, and you get the feeling like, well, roll an insight check for me first, and then I'm going to have you roll a persuasion check.
Okay, that one was a 17 plus 6,
Okay,
so 23.
As you're watching that glance, it's very much, this is the capital's like sole trusted caster.
Yeah.
That you're asking to possibly leave. There's a possibility it might be easier if you can get the person here. That's not to say no, but just to inform you of that interaction.
Yeah.
Demi, if we can find more chalk for Salvator, and if we could get the Lila to Saltmarsh, then it could just be a trip that you make in a day.
That's true.
Well, didn't we get more chalk? With that
I have 5 remaining
yeah.
pieces, so we're good.
With that last
We're in
pirate?
the capital,
I was
so
like, here.
we could also get more.
So we can do that. It would just take a couple more days to get her back to Saltmarsh.
Well, Your Highness, if you're all right with it, a day or so. Yes.
We could bring her here, if you don't, in your professional opinion, think that's bad for someone in a certain state.
At this point, you see Kirk kind of look at the king. If it's as bad as they're saying, it's probably not great to move her any more than we have to. There, you're already going to have to sail from Seaton to Saltmarsh. Is that right?
Yes.
Get her to Saltmarsh. Get me to Saltmarsh.
And then get you back.
Aye.
Perfect. I can. Yes. Can I send in here? One moment.
Oh, no, you're going to have to go out of the room.
I'll just be right back. She's
If
like,
you attempt to do it, it's just...
She's just like, thank you. It's like, what? Just thank you. One moment. And she's running outside to message Oceanus and tell him to put the crew of the 4 on to their ship and have pay for the other one to be docked there until they can get back.
Done deal.
So she'll message him. It probably takes 2, but yeah. So.
You said it consistently there. If you said it exactly like that, he's like, aye, Captain.
Okay.
No question asked.
She'll come back in. Thank you.
Aye. All right. Now just to wait for Mavenon. And with that, we jump to Salvator. Salvator, you've made it to the catacombs, my friend.
I will enter the usual way I know towards the library.
Sure, as you... Go ahead.
I was just going to go to that desk, ask if Mavenon was available, and if I needed to wait for a certain amount of time. I was going to...
You give your name?
Obviously, yeah.
Okay. They disappear down the hallway that manifests kind of in that wall.
Okay.
And you hear the steps for a few moments and then it goes silent.
Okay.
You wait 5 minutes. Clerk returns. Please, this way.
Would we be venturing down into the lower levels where there's that strange effect of Arcana?
I was just going to bring you to the, I don't know. I'm just going to take you to Mavenon.
I'll follow you.
Yeah. They're like, I've never been past the main entryway.
Okay. If I see the area where I remember that anti-magic effect kicking in, I will not venture further.
So with this, you go down the main hallway as if you're heading towards the library, which you know the striation is when you go down levels, and that was only when doors
Yes, that's what I was referring to
yeah.
when we're going down to where the throne is.
Yeah, so you don't hit any of that as you walk down. Okay. A door does appear to the left, and you're led into a room that I don't think you've entered before, but Demi
I have not been in one.
Yes. You're led into this open stone room that is, it seems like it's just off from the library in regards to physical location, but who freaking knows? It's the catacombs. And as you step through, you can see kind of the sort of hunched figure of Mavenon the Tiefling, those long sweeping white horns that tip into black, is currently turned to you, and he is scribbling over, he's not actually seated, he's kind of leaned forward and writing something on a piece of paper. A big fire at the end of the room is ablaze, bringing warmth into the room. It's quite cold in these catacombs most of the time, it's something we've become pretty familiar with, but there's currently kind of a bright light. Big rug and a little seating area with like a coffee table and a few chairs around it exists. The clerk kind of steps back and that stone closes. And you do hear from the table. Master Salvator, please take a seat. I'll be with you in just a moment.
Very well. And I'll sit down at whatever chairs are available.
Okay. Fairly good seating. It's weird. The walls are so stark and clear, and a lot of the time it just is a curvature into a stone floor, like all the same substance, and then they've put furnishings into it. It's almost alien, these spaces. And the hallways are the same way. Again, there's a slight concave, and it's all the same surface. It's all the same stone. No breaks, no striations. you've heard a lot of this before, but for the audience. As you kind of sit there, it's only a few moments, and then he kind of puts the pen away, and he slowly turns to you, bringing two hands together, kind of rubbing them a little bit, like someone who's got stiffness in the joints.
Gotcha.
And then his hands kind of, because he's 800 bajillion years old, and he crosses his hands behind his arms, and he kind of walks toward you. So, what do I owe this pleasure? Last I'd heard, you were south.
Well, how well do you trust the walls to keep noise inside this room?
They are enchanted.
Oh, splendid. And I snap the chest into existence.
He's the first person to be, like, not visibly surprised by that outside of the group.
Gotcha.
Again, you're not saying that he's not surprised. I'm just...
No, I know.
He takes it in stride.
I assume he sees this all the time or something like this. I will open it up, and I will pull out that skull I found in the vault.
Oh.
I will say, I would very much enjoy speaking with this individual. If I am correct, you are someone who can help me do that.
Certainly. Might I advise that we travel deeper into the catacombs?
I don't know if I can. And I hold out my hand. From what I saw, there was some sort of magic cancelling effect. For one reason or another, I believe this has bound itself to me in some rather dire ways.
You see his eyes just are completely focused on your hand. What sort of magic is it?
That is what I'm hoping to glean from this individual.
I see.
This is its previous owner.
I see. I assume you don't know much of the way that the catacombs work. Intentional, of course, but please excuse me if I explain something you're aware of. But the reason I recommend delving deeper is that beneath the bedrock here, necromantic magics are particularly potent. We may get a little more bang for your buck, so to speak.
I love our grandpa. Thank you.
Yes, Grandpa.
Without hesitation, he says, "Lead the way."
Very good. And he kind of, one hand kind of comes out from being unfurled and he touches that pendant on his chest, and you see a new hole manifests in the wall, with stairs immediately cutting downwards. And he begins to lead you down.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. You walk for a ways, and you recall last time you were taken down into the catacombs, you went to what would be the north, essentially, kind of in the way that it's positioned, right off the hallway. This way, you're going the opposite direction and down. Actually, you're cutting in the direction he used when he teleported you.
Ah, I see.
As you move downwards through the stone, eventually you reach that black striation, and he kind of steps through and continues downwards. And you can see now, the striation sits before you. It's, as you're ascending, you're going to cut through it.
I do.
Okay. As you step through Salvator, I'd like you to add 2 charges to your hand.
What? Okay.
You feel a surge, and you feel a cold feeling moving up your arm slightly.
I say nothing.
Good.
Good. Don't say that shit. You rat motherfucker.
You proceed downward. Again, this cold feeling continues to spread up along your arm over your shoulder as you move downwards with this. You continue down, however, saying nothing. It's a slow creep. It's not immediately consuming you, and it's not particularly painful. And eventually, Mavanon leads you into that big, open room with the skull, black skull face embedded into the circular platform at the base. He walks over to the side, and there's this wooden pylon. And he kind of goes to move it. A little help?
Oh, yes, of course.
And the two
Still on the floor.
yeah, slowly like shuffle this thing over to the middle of the room. Yeah, it's between the two. His strength mod is shit too.
It's leaning down towards my side.
Yeah. Between the two of you, he places it on that platform in the center. Yeah, please. You may place the skull upon it. Sorry.
Ah, okay. I pick it up off the ground and I place it where it was.
My apologies. Very good. Now, please. Give me a moment. And he begins to kind of murmur under his breath.
That's always good.
Always good. That cold blue energy begins to kind of fill the space. And you see as the circle around you, where this like skull embedded in the platform is. The one that last time when you looked down at it, it was just a regular stone platform, and then this thing reached up and took you and threw you through several planar dimensions and dropped you down in Saltmarsh.
Yes.
This time, it is physical existence here. This black skull. And there's a cut where the black skull meets that dark, dark stone of this bedrock, and that flame, that blue flame, lights around the circle. Kind of encompassing both of you as you stand upon this skull face embedded on the ground. And as it lights, you begin to smell incense. Like strong, tangy, intense scents of incense. And you stare for a moment, and it's only a moment. And then that fire coalesces inwards and up the pillar, but not burning you. You feel the flames cross along your ankles, burn up this wooden pillar, but the pillar doesn't begin to burn, it doesn't begin to light, and it consumes the skull. And the skull becomes ablaze with this blue light. The fire around you, minus the burning incense in the groove, fades back. But the skull itself remains alight.
That's supposed to happen?
Yes. Now, normally, you'd have to ask questions through me. But I believe he should be able to hear you. And as he glances down at the skull rotates up and begins to float in the flame a little bit.
Hello? Is it working?
You see the head tilts as if actually looking around the room, as if there is a semblance of cognizance in this instance, which, again, Salvator, you might not have the context, but this is something going on here. And then it turns to settle on you. Where am I?
I did not expect that. Hello? You are safe?
You have freed me from the vault.
You were imprisoned in there. Wait, does that count as one of my questions?
As you begin to kind of back and forth, this is more of a conversation than a series of questions.
Oh no, this is gonna be so
You
good.
took it to the right fucking person.
Okay.
Not jailed, sealed away.
Willingly.
Kind of bobs. Again, an acknowledgement.
Fuck. Right. Is it because of this?
Then the surface dwellers have found the guide.
Oh, we found a hell lot more than the guide, my friend.
Again, it looks around. This means I am dead, then.
I am sorry, yes, you have perished.
You have freed me, though, to a far worse fate.
Well, I'm sorry about that. I didn't know at the time.
It is irrelevant. Caged in one place, or caged in another.
Right, we're working on that currently. What is this? Why were you sealed away?
When my people returned from the depths, from the deep wars, we found the surface in conflict. We stayed away, avoided it. We had seen enough war. But it did not stop what they did. We had no idea. Hundreds of years passed until the hand and the throne fell into our hands. I was the one to find it. I was the one to touch the last guide, to become the new guide, until you took that burden from me.
Yep. Whew. Did you choose to be sealed away?
Yes. We had the plan. We did not know what we had found. We began to study it. And as we unearthed secrets, we became more and more concerned. We tried to warn the surface. None but the elves would listen. And so we chose to leave. Escape the broken cycle before the wheel itself snapped. I could not, though. I would carry the issue with me. And he, glances down, and he's a disembodied head, so there's nothing to look at. But you get the feeling that
He can see his own arm. Is that why your home is currently abandoned? We ventured down there when we found you.
then it worked.
What did?
The deep wars drove our enemies from the prime material back to their home. A place free from the curse that has fallen upon our plains. And so we forged ourselves for war here, and then went to take that place for ourselves.
I see. So your people have been freed from this.
If they were able to take the Four Realms, then yes.
Ha! Very well.
Your plane. The outer realms. The transitive planes, they are all doomed. The elves knew so as well.
What did they try to do?
Most of them left for their own plane. Some remained unwilling to believe.
What did this hand do to you?
Made me immortal. At the price of the lives around me.
Oh.
The creature that your hand, that you belong to. He is not benevolent. He's
Who
a
I
monster.
belong to.
You yourself are a key to Nox.
And what is that?
A flawed human who attempted to tear down the very fabric of our reality.
Nox is a person.
No longer. I do not know the details. But he was torn away. Taken in an attempt to stop him. I do not believe it succeeded.
Now, this is probably a question for Button. Have you told Salvator about the broken doorway?
I told everyone about the
Okay.
silver door with the cracks in it.
Okay. In your journeys, did you or your people ever come across a shattered doorway? I describe
It's
it.
not. Yeah. Okay. It's not
Sorry, I don't-
shattered. No, you're good.
It's like cracked.
Where is this doorway located?
I believe in the astral sea.
Does Salvatore know that? Your call. I'm just asking to make sure.
Right, there I am. I returned. Sorry, my computer's having a bit of a
Oh, you're good, bud. He asked, where is this door located?
From what I hear, it is in the astral sea, where I believe you are. Is that correct?
Again, you see as the head kind of tilts and looks around. I am not certain where I am. It is not correct. There is something dark looming.
Is he in my hand? Shit. Right. Well, I didn't know if in your plane of travels you had come across this doorway.
It is not something that we discovered ourselves. There was much to what happened to this Nox that was never made clear to us. When the residents of this plane would not listen, we chose to save our own.
Do you speak of the Gnothian?
It was no longer Ganoth by the time that the items had fallen to us, but their legacy.
You said you don't know the details about this individual. We have heard about several items, not just the throne and the hand. How much do you know about the rest?
They are called the keys. Something was done to them to pull him from this plane. So we kept them away as best we could before we attempted to leave.
Kept them away.
From each other. But we only had the two.
We've heard about a few of them. But one that was not mentioned until very recently. Was it a vault of Nox or tomb of Nox?
You heard of the vault, I believe, or the no, it would have been the hold of Nox.
Yeah, which wasn't listed as a key of destruction. It's more of a
wasn't on any
place.
of those. Do you know anything about that?
This is not information. And you swear to God, this guy is absolutely a scholar as you're speaking with him. The same kind of fascination and fixation. There's a kinship there.
Respect. You did your people good.
Oh.
I may have to do the same for mine.
If you are able to fix this, then you will have done far better than we.
Well, I'll do my best.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. As
What was that?
I've been rolling throughout this thing, as
Oh.
you were having this conversation, you felt yourself kind of drawn in, and Mavanon is just standing back watching this entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, the entire room shakes. And you felt nothing like that, nor has Mavanon as he begins to look around.
I just look over him and it's like, what the fuck was that?
And as you turn back, the skull flitters, and then the flame goes out and it clatters to the ground and falls across, as if something snatched the light from it.
Oh no!
We don't even know what precisely they did to
That
okay.
bitch
He
didn't become a
only got the
wraith?
two.
Hmm?
They didn't get all of them. I don't think he knows what the throne does.
Well, he got the throne in the hand. That's what he said.
But he doesn't know what the throne does because they all have to be in the same place.
You can wager that, and I will allow to retcon if you had asked him about the throne, he would have told you it fucking turned
Exactly
a bunch
what
of
we
people to
know.
obsidian.
Okay. Can I take the skull? Is it still in one piece?
It's still in one piece.
Okay.
You see there's a little bit of a crack on it, but nothing that would knock it apart, just on the main cranium. The jaw has come off, and you grab both of them.
Pick it up. Look at it.
Fucking
Fascinating.
The room around you, you hadn't
Falling
realized, but
apart.
when the spell activated, the little candles around the outside of the room had gone out. And it is very, very dark now. And you can just see the figure of Mavanon watching you with those pupilless jet black eyes.
Put put it in like a part of my robe or like in a satchel on my side. Your presence has been requested with the king.
Very well, Master
Also-
Salvator.
Thank you.
This will remain between you and I for now.
I appreciate it. Does
Very well.
any of that information sound familiar to you?
There is record of the elves leaving the western Azure seaboard thousands of years ago. Their legacy still remains. That is the closest that makes any sense to me.
Well, again, thank you for this. It's more than I asked of you, and I appreciate it.
You have a very heavy burden to bear, Master Salvator.
Indeed I do. I have to find a way to tell everyone. Oh, yes, of course, the implication. That as well is also going to be difficult.
Let's not keep them waiting.
Fair enough.
He kind of turns and begins to sweep across, and the door, and you begin to step up and make your way out of the cold confines of the catacombs into the city proper. You make your way back towards Castle Scoti, towards your companions. A bit of the catacomb guard falling in to protect Mavanon and yourself as you cross the bustling city of Neildra. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end today's episode.
Oh.
Holy shit! Fuck!
So that's a lot.
Ah!
Ooh, wow. Sorry, guys.
Hey, yup. All right.
Man.
With that, my friends, we're going to do some quick announcements really quick. I know it's tricky to do. We'll change the music so it's not so spooky. So, announcements. That starts with me. You know that really spheric, atmospheric music we were just listening to as we had a massive lore dump? I'm sorry for all that monologue, my friends. That was brought to you by Soundtail, a fantastic application that has been with us since pretty much day one. They are amazing, and you can get yourself a copy of Soundtail for your Android device, for your desktop, all kinds of stuff. Click on that link in chat. Please, 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 we highly recommend it. Can't recommend it enough. It is fantastic. Excuse me. We also have, of course, Rilars Maps, who made that fantastic overworld map of the Azure Sea for us. We very much appreciate it. I mean, you could commission a map for yourself if you'd like to by clicking on the link in chat. And, of course, then there is Arcane Anthems, who makes all of our intro songs. He also makes free D&D music, and you can get a copy of that over at his Patreon. Go on over there, click on that link in chat, and you can get yourself some free music to play in your D&D games. Get some ambiance. It's very good stuff. Parker, what you got?
Hello, I'm here to remind everybody that we're affiliated with Found Familiar Coffee. You can use the coupon code to get 10% off your D&D inspired coffee. I've been drinking Faced Up the entire session, which gives me enough energy to get through the session and then stay up hours later thinking about it. We also want to direct you to Elderwood again. So
that was the best promo ever, Parker. I'm sorry.
Let them know that we sent you. That's it.
Hey.
And the most important announcement is handled by Sean.
We'd like to thank our moderators on this channel for keeping our chat nice and safe for everyone who comes in and watches our streams. And
Thank you.
keep up with our announcements, allowing us to do all this stuff, put on these shows. Very much appreciate it. We could not do this without you, and we love you.
Woo, woo. All right, my friends, stay with us. We're going to bounce out, but we will get a raid queued up. There's some great folks online right now, so we'll let you know shortly, and we will see you next week. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.